Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, we're vertical. No, I don't want to hear you complaining. Okay, there's the door. Okay, today I have Morrison with me, who has a very cool microscope. It's gonna show us all kind of cool shiz, like pins and milling, and I don't even know what else, but we're gonna check it out and see what he's got here. If you can take a look at the screen right now, you can see these are like the spool part of a torpedo pin. This is what trips you up when you're picking, and look at the taper on there. It's tapered, so it tricks you. Like, it literally slides up into the chamber when you're picking, and then boom, you think you hit a spool pin, and sure enough, you hit a torpedo pin and you get all screwed up. So yeah, we're gonna see much more of this cool shit here in a minute. I just want to say hello to everybody. So first of all, hi Morrison, how are you today?
Hello. Not too bad.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, we had some connection problems last week. We're hoping that we don't run into no issues this week, but you know what? We always improvise and compromise and do what we do and figure it out. So
was it more than just me? Because I know my connection was messed up because I couldn't even watch YouTube very well.
I think maybe it was just your connection was running bad, because I don't think anybody else's did that, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't quite remember. I really can't remember who. If you guys remember, if anybody had a bad connection last week, let us know. Or if we had a bad connection like while we was live, let me know in the comments. Hello to Stu, who was the first person here, and then G Keyman, Tiwanaka Metal, Smooches, Ryan Wilson, hello. Lockchuck is here. Hi, Lockchuck. Oh, let me put the comments up. I always forget to do that. Lockchuck was here. Dean P is here. Hello, Dean. Dotslock says he's here. Hi, everyone. So thank goodness we can start because Dot's here. We were waiting for you, Dots. Frick is here. Hello, Frick. Elijah Carney, Chris Capune, Ian Yet. Welcome, guys. Hello. Runesmith is here. Hello, hello. Transparent Eyeball, Xfinity. Oh my goodness, we have so many people here. Delbert's here. Hi, Delbert. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? Matt's Lockshop is here. Hi, Matt. All right. Who else showed up? Oh, wait, I saw somebody else. Hang on. I lost it. If I forgot about you, I apologize. 603 Lock and Key. Welcome. Tin Hat Picker's here. Hi, Tin Hat Picker. McD Poor is here. We are so glad to see McD Poor. He had a health scare this week. I'm so glad he's here. Sean Casey's here. What's up, Sean? The Laughing Pumpkin. Hi. Oh my gosh. Everybody's here. Wyndham Clark is here. Welcome. Stealth Rogue is here. Oh my gosh. Did I say hi to Matt's Lock Shop? I think I did, but hi, Matt's. And holy Kraken already is doing a Kraken thing. He gifted 5 Lady Locks memberships. So let me see who got them. TM Lockfun got one. That is amazing. Neon Squirrel, Luke the Beefcake Barber, Jay Sala, and Oopie was gifted memberships. Thank you if you got a membership. Thank Kraken for that. Thank you so much, Kraken. Very, very cool of you. Addy 82 Locks is here. Hello. Welcome to the show. There's Oopie right now. Welcome. Yeah. Yes, we had a couple of people that got memberships. Thank you so much, Lock Kraken. And I do have a banner for when Lock Kraken does his thing. Let me just hunt it down because we definitely want to say thank you for that. That was really, really cool of him. And if you didn't get a membership gifted and you would like one, you can always go check it out by hitting the join button anywhere you see it on my channel, and go check it out for yourselves, see what there is involved in the memberships, and obviously join. Hello. So yeah, hi everybody. Sean Casey said still sleepy but healing, thank goodness. Oopie's leaving. He says he got to get up at 6 a.m. Well, thank you for stopping by at least to say hello. It was good to see you. No worries at all. We know how that is. Yeah, we're a little bit late this evening. I was a little bit late. It's my prerogative to be late. I'm a lady, so. And Lockkraken has just joined and got his own membership since he never wins one when he buys them for everybody. Welcome, Kraken. Thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it. And thank you for the gifts as well. Yeah, so what all do you got to show there, Marcin? What else have you gotten over there?
Oh, just 1 second. I'm going to turn off the light because it's putting a weird bar across the screen.
Oh, yeah, I see that. I see that. Sean Casey, of course, he said, please hit the thumbs up, everybody. We definitely want to get those likes up. Please hit the thumbs up. Boom. Hit that like button. It really, really helps to really helps the channel. And if you're new to the channel and have not yet, please subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. We want to subscribe. I'm trying to hit the 10K mark. So subscribe. All right. Kraken to himself. Yes, he sure did. Dean, the screen is so small because I am doing a vertical live today. It goes into the vertical live streamings where there's all kind of other people, not just Locksporters, that come across it. This is how we, bring in new pickers. We find them out in the world when they catch a live stream and they might want to start picking locks and stuff like that. So, sometimes we find them when we're doing these vertical live streams. All right, let's see. Crackinception, that's right. And Sean said spam some hearts too. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the hearts and all the love. I love you guys too. I heart you back. Thank you. Dean says, I'm surprised you're not already well past 10K. I know, right? I am super amazing. I don't even know how it's possible, but of course, YouTube just doesn't like me, or you guys just don't like me. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, no, we're still stuck at 8K. We're still stuck at 8K, guys.
That's a big number for Lockport.
It really is. It really is.
Lockport.
It's funny because when I first started, I had I think I got 100 subscribers right away, but I had friends, family, and all people that I knew in the Lockport community subscribed, and it was like, holy crap, I have 100 freaking subscribers. That is crazy, right? And then I was like, wow, if ever I got to 500, I wouldn't even be able to believe it. That would be crazy. And so then I ended up getting to 500, and I was like, holy crap, I got to 500. And I was like, that, once you get to the number, it doesn't seem a lot anymore. It's really weird, because then I got to 500 and I was like, dude, 500 is nothing. I need to get to 1,000. And then I got to 1,000 and was like, 1,000's nothing. I need to get to 2,000. So it was kept going and going. It's the weirdest thing. Once you get to a number, it's suddenly that number is not so great anymore because you got it. I don't know. It's weird. Very weird. Dean says he's up to 72. And if you guys haven't checked out Dean's channel, go check it out. It's Dean P. I don't know what his channel name is. I will have to put a link up there. But yes, congratulations, Dean. Congratulations. Welcome, Neon Squirrel and Chuck Soup. Welcome, guys. Yeah, it may end up being a thumbs down. Yeah, you want to double tap the screen if you are on your phone to hit the like button. If you're on an iPad or an something, I think you have to hit the buttons up at the top and do something like that. And of course, if you're on your computer, you just do it the regular old-fashioned way. So, it says 80% of the people that watch the live, though, they watch it from their cell phone. So, that's a lot. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wow, Dean said he was only at 12 subscribers 2 weeks ago. So he really went up. Oh, thank you, GK Man. GK Man has posted a link to Dean's channel. If you guys have not subscribed, go check out his channel. If you like it, give him a subscribe and give him a like, and comment on one of his videos and stuff like that. And go check it out. So yeah, what's everybody been up to? What have you been up to, Marcin? What's going on here? I'm gonna dig up some stuff to look at while you're showing us some cool stuff. So let's see what you got.
I got a new digital microscope.
So cool. That thing's so cool.
Yeah. So I recently had to update my phone because end of life, and it's an Android and it wouldn't be getting any more updates. It was a Pixel 5a. And I was perfectly happy with it. The Pixel's
a nice phone. I have to say, honestly, I bought a Pixel and I freaking loved that thing. I got so used to it
for 5 more years if they let me, but it's not getting security updates anymore. So
yeah, that stinks. You might be able to use it for just a camera or something too.
I
Like-
use them for projects or whatever, controllers and stuff.
I always forget I have another phone in here that I can use for a second camera if I need one.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I wish I had another camera. Meanwhile,
Back up, whatever.
yeah. Holy
But-
shit.
so I had an update.
Lockmania just showed up. Holy shit.
Oh,
I
nice.
think I'm stroking out. Lockmania is here. I think I'm stroking out. Oh my gosh. Welcome, Lockmania. Sorry about that, Marson. I couldn't
No
believe
problem. It's a worthy interruption. So, I wanted a decent camera, and so I was looking at the 9 with the Pro and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, the 8A is still going to have a good lifespan,
Yeah.
and it's a lot cheaper. So it doesn't have
Right.
a macro on the camera, which is something I really wanted. But it's like, I didn't have it on the previous phone. I could live without it. But it's like this Microscope was $120. So that's a lot cheaper than the difference in the phone prices, and
That's true.
that's the only
true.
reason I would buy the higher priced phone. Spend another $500 or whatever to get the crazy phone with the crazy camera.
Yeah.
So this is a lot better than a macro on the phone, I think. At least the
Yeah,
ones I've
that's
seen.
really cool. I had
This
gotten one of them
isn't
Odo
fully
things.
zoomed in.
Yeah, I got one of them Odo things for like your ear, but Dig found it and said it works great for seeing inside of a lock and stuff. So I got one. I ended up getting one. It's really cool, but this is like over the top amazing. I freaking love this.
And the first thing I did, of course, was to pull apart my Gold P, my Gold Z to look at the pin and the milling. So I thought I'd share. So these are the key pins from the Gold Z. And
Wild.
you can see their torpedoes and the
Hell of a
torpedo head.
torpedo.
And we got the chamfer at the top here. And that makes it easy to, just push up past the shear line because it's tapered like that. So, and it will move the core a little bit. It'll give you counter rotation and it'll feel like a spool.
Yeah.
And then there's the different lengths of the heads. So, if it's going for a while, you definitely are not on a spool. You're on a torpedo head. But there's that really short one on the right that can fool you. I do not have, I do have one. I have a thick-lipped spool here. And you can see, if I move over there, you can see the thick lip of the spool driver is actually just it looks like it might be just a tad thicker. It's about the same as the torpedo head. So it's really tough to learn the distinction between the two. You have to learn to feel that chamfer.
Yeah, I cannot. I cannot feel that. I have the worst time with that. I don't know. I just can never get the hang of it. I just keep, pushing and pulling on everything until it ends up working out. But it can definitely trip you up for sure. That difference is like nothing. I mean, come on. What I mean? Come on now. That's crazy.
So basically, it's a good idea to pull apart the lock to find any of these short-headed torpedoes. And the length of the head, there's no rhyme or reason for the length of the pin. You can see the longest one has the longest pin, but then the second longest head is the shortest pin.
That's wild. That's so crazy.
And what's even worse, so there's many things that make the Gold Z tougher than the Gold P. But the Gold P has different lengths of the chamfer. So you can see the one on the left and the one on the right. The chamfer is about the same as on the Gold Z, but the one in the middle, it has a long taper to the chamfer.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it gives you more mild counter rotation. So you don't have to, you can't learn just that short chamfer feel. You have to also, and there's like 3 or 4 different tapers on the gold P.
That's like impossible, I swear. Did you learn them? Have you been able to learn it, or?
I was able to get the gold P open, so I kind of got the feel for them. I couldn't tell you what that was. But it was hell. And yeah, I took photos of the pins, compared them all up, looking at the different tapers, and I wasn't trying to necessarily learn specific locations, but I was, it really did take me a long time. It took me a couple months of working on the gold P to get it open. Then the gold Z I got open, once I got the P open, I immediately put the gold Z in my vise, started recording, and I thought I needed the progressive pin, but I kept getting it each time. So it took me like 2 hours to I got 3 pins, then 4, then 5, then I said hell with it, and I put in all 7, and then I popped all 7 as black. So so I actually found the Z easier than the P to learn.
Wow.
But it's because I think my P was so difficult and I had to learn so much on it that everything I knew for the P applied to the Z. At least mine. I might have an easy Z.
You might, but you never know. I picked Trucker's Gold Z because mine was being really I messed up the pins and all this other stuff, and so when it came time for me to pick mine, I had a really hard time even doing it because it was just I had just a real bad pain in the butt with it, and so I shut out springs left, right, and center. So I had to borrow someone else's, and I think I progressively pinned it, and then I ended up just getting it after I don't know how long it was, but I picked the gold P first, and I think that is why I was able to pick the gold Z, because I had originally attempted the gold Z and I really was not having a good time with it at all. And then it was like after I picked the P though, I was able to kind of comprehend what was going on a little better or something like that.
Exactly.
And it helped out a whole hell of a lot to pick that one first. So I definitely suggest, if you're doing that one, definitely, try the gold P first if you're going to do the Z, because it's crazy if you just go at it like that.
So here's the core for the gold P. And you can see it's milled flat. So the kind of side view, you can kind of see it. There it is. You can see the curvature on the left there, and then it's just shaved flat. So that causes a little bit of a gap. Plus, it's got overmilling. Now, this looks like typical overmilling where there's kind of like a chamfer at the top. That's actually not the top.
Oh.
If we rotate, you'll see that lip that you were seeing further down. It's down in.
That's crazy. That thing's wicked. Oh my gosh. My God.
And I saw mention that some people were thinking that the gold P did not have undercut milling like the gold Z, but it does. Because it's shaking today. There.
Oh yeah.
See the it's caught under the lip there. So the
It has everything. That thing is wicked.
So while you're picking, the lip of the spools is going to catch on here. And then you get the click as it pops out. And then it's going to pop into this gap here.
Oh my gosh.
That's created by this overmilling, and the flat top gives it a little bit extra more room to fit in there.
That's crazy.
And then this lip here you see further down, that's for the key pins to rest on. So they can't drop all the way through, kind of a thing.
That's wild.
So like the heads of the torpedoes would catch on that. And then the Goal Z is very similar, but it's much it's much more precise. It's smaller diameter because you have 7 pins fitting in the same amount of space that 6 pins in the P fit in, as far as the length of the core.
Yeah, it's very close. The pins are very close together.
So the smaller diameter.
Wow.
And as you can, to my eye, this looks much cleaner and more precise.
It does look a lot cleaner, yeah.
And it has the same lip underneath. I think it's deeper than on the P.
Yeah, it looks a little bit. Yeah, it does look a little bit deeper.
So they'll both have it, but I think this one, it catches even more.
Worse, yeah. Those aren't closer together. It seems like it looks like they're, maybe the cutouts making it look loose. Look how tiny the space is in between them too. I mean, I know they're a smaller diameter, but I thought it looked like they were closer. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the cutouts I'm seeing. And
I'll put them next to each other, and I don't know if with this lens, if it'll let me.
Yeah. It just looked a little bit like it, but you know what? It could be just the cutouts making me think that, because that cutout's wicked. Those are wicked.
It's like, no, they are. It is smaller spacing. Let's get it focused. Oop, wrong way.
Oh yeah. That one looks way more space. It looks like.
So
oh yeah.
That's the Z. Oops. Nope. Oh, it rotated on me.
Oh, maybe not, huh? Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's so hard to tell.
So
yeah,
that's
maybe a little bit.
And that's the Z.
It's hard to
not
tell.
Drastic.
No, not at all.
It definitely is smaller. I'd say it's about.
Not much.
Well, let's see. Let's compare it up to the zeros here. It's 2 zeros width.
Holy crap.
And this is, I'm guessing 3. Not actually touch it. Let's have it over.
This is so interesting because these locks are just so ridiculously hard. It's so messed up.
Of course, I could do it with the Z, and I can't do it with this one. Like 3.5.
Welcome, Snake.
So it's about just over 2/3. It's 2/3, 3/4. I'd say maybe 3/4. So the Goal Z is about 3/4 of the width of the Goal P, I think. If I have that.
Yeah. It just makes it all the worse. The tinier pins, and they're closer together now too.
Yep.
And yeah, those definitely look like way cleaner. Like
It's a much sharper cut, and I don't know what material. I don't know what material the Z pins are, because they're definitely, they may be brass, but if they're brass, I think they're coated. I think they're steel. But actually, I should try it with a magnet.
You know what would be a good one to compare also would be the 700, the SS700, and that what's that other one? Dorma DC 500, I think it is.
Right.
Because I know they're like very similar, but also they have the things in the milling that makes it so different is just the matter of the one being rounded and the one being super sharp. And it's like they could be almost the same lock other than that little thing. And that little thing makes it completely like, you've got a float pick and you got to do all this other stuff. And it's like, it makes it from like, well, basically, what is it? A brown belt to a black belt. It's like a big difference. Big difference.
Yeah. So this is all
the milling. So even though that milling doesn't look that much different, when we say like, oh, it looks a lot cleaner and a lot sharper, that makes it a lot harder. Even the tiniest little changes in that can make it it's like night and day difficult level. So that's pretty crazy.
This is the Nagasawa Kodai PCY31. And you see it's got the overmilling, and again, it looks like it's just chamfering on the top. But you can see it doesn't have the flat top, so it's cut in deeper to give it the space that it needs to catch the spools. But it doesn't have that undercutting.
Wow. Yeah, just those little differences make it like completely wild.
And I haven't popped apart any others yet, so I don't have anything really, any others interesting to show. But I thought people would at least enjoy that.
That is really cool, though. I think that's pretty sweet. Just the little bit of a kind of showing of the pins is those pins those differences in those pins too make it a whole big, a whole different ball game with that, Yeah,
let's put a couple of these next to each other. Yeah. So now my P is much abused. The key I have to actually jiggle a little bit because I've worn off the bottoms quite a bit.
Wow.
But yeah, they all rolled away. There we go.
That's wild.
But yeah, I think the Z's are tougher material. I'm guessing steel.
Yeah, it looks. They do seem like they're pretty dense. They feel dense, a lot more dense than the other ones. Even though they're tiny, they just feel like a lot more.
I have one. Let's see. Huh? No. Maybe aluminum.
Interesting.
Steel.
Very interesting. Who knows with that one? Who knows?
Of course, now my pens are all scrambled. I'm gonna have to figure out what goes where now.
Oh no, that's gonna be fun. Oh geez. Oh man, the key pins won't be bad, but like the drivers, that can get annoying. But they're balanced, right? So it should be like you could be able to find it.
I've taken pictures, so
yeah,
that is a good recommendation. When you got your lock, and you lay it out with all the pins in the tray, take a photo. Because if you scramble them or drop them or whatever, it's so much easier to figure out what goes where than trying to.
I did that with that one I picked. What was that stupid thing? I hated it. It made me cry. The Twin Star. I didn't take a picture the first time. I scrambled everything in that lock, and it's got like 38 parts. So I was
Oh,
pretty
God.
mad about it. Yeah, I was pretty mad about it when it happened. And then somebody was like, you should take a picture of that. And I was like, okay. And then I took a picture the next time it happened. So that way, when it happened like the third time, I was able to look at the picture. But until then, I was just flying blind on that thing for a minute. And then I found a part and I'm like, what's this part? And I asked everybody, I asked everyone on the Discord servers and everywhere I asked everyone what the hell this one little thing was. And I remember, who was it? Rain, I think it was, finally was like, it's this thing right here. And the way that we, like, the pictures we had to look at to figure out what that was crazy, because we had to keep looking at a bigger picture and then shrink, like, zooming in on the parts to see if one of the parts matched the part that I had, and it was the tiniest thing in the world. It was such a nightmare. That thing was horrible, and no video had that one specific, talked about that one specific thing that I was looking. It was crazy. It was the worst experience picking I've had, was that one. And it wasn't even the hardest one. It was just the worst one because of how many things are in it and how difficult it was to get it all back together 70,000 times. Welcome, Picksmith, and also Lockpicking Paul. Welcome. I seen Snake came. Snake got here. Him and Kraken are here at the exact same time, which is crazy because they never are. So welcome, Snake. And who else showed up? I don't know. Someone else. If I forgot to say hello, let me know. I apologize. Oh, James Randolph showed up. Even have a monitor vertical, and it still sucks because you can't see chat unless you pop it out into a second monitor. That's weird. The chat should be showing up underneath, like, where everybody's talking, but I guess not on the, I don't know. On the computer I have mine next to it, but not on the phone. It's like down at the bottom. Consider yourself pinched, Charles. He said, Paul and Dots, pinch me. D-Mac says, I'm not here today, sorry. I think I see you, D-Mac. Don't try to trick me. But that's okay if you can't stay. That's all right.
I'm gonna super glue this damn phone holder. Supposed to be two screws that kind of hold against each other, but every time I try to adjust the camera, it loosens one of them and it just falls so floppy. You
have to put some of that plumber's tape on there or something to so when you turn it, it doesn't it doesn't come loose again. Oh, Zoe the cat said, "What am I, chopped liver?" Sorry, Zoe. Sorry. Sorry, Zoe. So that was pretty freaking cool. I loved seeing those up close, and I loved seeing the differences in the milling and stuff, because that just is very interesting. I'm gonna I might cut that little part out of there to make it a different thing so people can see that, because that's very, very, very cool.
That's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I have anything else that might end up being interesting to show close up. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to get it, because the milling in the P, it's hard to see it, and trying to click it, it's really hard to tell what's going on in there. And I thought that it had undercut, but I really wanted to get a good look in there to verify.
Right.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, that thing can be very, very ridiculous.
Because looking at it, it's really deceiving. It doesn't really look like it's in there.
Oh, Picksmith might get his review out this weekend. I mean, we didn't age 7 years waiting for it or anything, Picksmith, but I mean, whatever, it's fine. Whenever's convenient for you, it's fine. It's fine. We'll continue to wait. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Zoe the cat got caught with catnip at work today. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Don't get fired, Zoe. Zoe on the nip. You guys are crazy. Oh, thank you to Truth Hurst for the jewels. Thank you, thank you. Ursa and high five. It was a high five. All right, thank you for the high five. Very, very cool. Yeah. I'm excited to see that review because I've seen those pics out there and I'm wondering about that. Also, I saw, to go with my scam video, I saw somebody showed something about it being like some foreign company that's putting out this fake stuff. And
really,
yeah, it's like a foreign company that's doing all kind of fake ads on Facebook and all that stuff. So it's actually like, you know, a legit like bad place doing all this stuff, and they're not doing just Lockport. It's like they have it on everything. Like any type of ad you see coming up on Facebook for certain, like, you know, clothes or shoes or whatever it is that you're scrolling past, and suddenly there's like an ad for something that's like super cheap but really cool. It's probably that, which is too good to be true, which don't get it, you know, don't fall for it. And then actually who was it? Zeph bought one of the tools. Let me see if I can pull up the pictures, because Zeph sent me pictures. He bought one of the tools that is supposed to be something. What was it supposed to be? Oh yeah, here it is. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. It's supposed to be the, what is this thing called? I can't even think straight no more. Hold on, let me just show you the pictures. You guys know what the hell it's called. Let me get this up here, see if I can figure this out. All right, present screen. Which one do we want to show? I want to show this here. Okay. Now, what is this called again? This is called the, where is he? Is he in the chat? Where is Zeph anyways? This is the Covert Instruments grav pick. This is supposed to be the grav pick. Let me show the picture. This is the one he got, the version that he got when he ordered something. Look how thick that is. Insane. And that's, I guess, the tensioner that comes with it. Terrible quality. Oh my goodness. So yes, you don't want to get fooled into any of that stuff. Supposed to be the grav pick. It's like trash, but yeah, that's like one of the places that's selling them. I guess they're doing it on Amazon. They got it all over the place. It's crazy. I've seen a lot of crazy ads for things. Yeah, counterfeit trash out there, unfortunately. Yes, there is.
Nuts how many things end up counterfeit, things you'd never expect. And Amazon allows it. It's just
crazy.
I mean,
really want to do a video about why I hate them so bad. Because I hate Amazon every time. I go, everything I do, I hate it. I get so mad at Amazon. Down to, like I said, just watching TV, or, you know, wanting to order something on Kindle, or it's all just super annoying. You know, you pay for Kindle and it gives you the dumbest books for free. And then if you actually want a good book, it's like, you know, you got to pay for that too. Then it's like even the same thing with TV shows. I pay to have no ads, but the no ads is only on stuff that comes from Amazon. And nothing I watch comes from Amazon, because Amazon has all stupid shit, you know? So I go to watch something and it's like, you're watching this, it's from Paramount Plus or something. So of course commercials are going to run, even though I pay for no commercials, because it's not an Amazon, it's a Paramount Plus. And it's like, they do everything to annoy me. That's all it is. It's just to annoy me and make my life miserable. That's all it is.
Just recently locked in Kindle books to Kindles. You know, used to be you could download it, and then, you know, you weren't supposed to necessarily convert it to EPUB, but you could. And now that it's like, if I understood correctly, they're locking it into Kindles only.
Wow.
I'm happy that basically my habit was to immediately, if I bought a book from them, I immediately downloaded it and then converted it to EPUB, because I use a different reader.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah. Wow.
But now they're trying to lock you in everywhere.
Yeah, will they still let us read it from our phones, even though, I mean, I'll be using the Kindle app.
You have to use the Kindle app, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'll use that. Like, I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out and buy a Kindle. I'll just cancel that shit. But I do love to read, so I pay for the Kindle because I do. And then when there's nothing else to read, I will read those free books. Like, I read as many of them as I can. And then I'll be like, every once in a while, then I'll say, okay, now I'll buy one and read a good one or something. But I try to read as many free ones as I can because I just like to read. So I just, know, but it's like, they're all dumb. They're all dumb and they're all like 32 pages long and really, really stupid. So I read them all, but it's annoying.
Yeah, I got a Kobo. I prefer that one.
Oh, okay.
It's a Kobo e-reader. Okay. And it'll do EPUB, but you can't do the Kindle format directly because Amazon has it locked to Kindles only. So you have to convert it.
They're so ridiculous. Everything they do just pisses me off. Yeah. I swear. They get on my nerves.
I haven't bought a book from Amazon in a long time though, so.
Oh my gosh. And then just trying to, on your phone, get a hold of customer service. It used to be you click the button and within a few minutes, a human being would pop up and talk to you. And on chat, it would just be a chat talk, whatever. It was really nice.
Yep.
Now, you press the button and the robot asks you 40,000 questions. I say human being 86 times before it understands that I want to talk to a human being. I try my best not to flip out, but I sit there the whole time screaming at it, human being, human being, human being. And then every time I do something with it, it asks me for a survey. And in the survey, I tell them just how stupid they are. Not that they care, but I feel like it's my duty. So I'm like, look, you guys are super annoying. You're all lazy because if anybody really wanted to work, then you would have human beings working there. Either you're too cheap or everyone's too lazy because you can't even just have a human being answering when someone calls. And oh my gosh, I go crazy. They do
I
not
can pretend to be a human being.
They do not need to ask me for a survey at the end because I am an a-hole. Like really bad. Welcome, Rhino.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying hi. I just saw Rhino popped in. And
Unhinged, the stuff in the public library I think is all in EPUB format, which is like the open source kind of format. And the Kobo, it's kind of Kobo has their own kind of version of EPUB, but it will read EPUB.
Oh, okay. Yeah, welcome, Rhino. And who else got here? So I've seen someone else. Oh yeah, Unhinged, of course. Hello, Unhinged. And Blast and Bypass, welcome. Scully 1800's here too. I don't know if I actually said hi to Scully. Bando Pix is here. He says he just got the DJI Mic 2 bundle. I have one of the mics and I had to have the whole setup. Oh, I have one of them, and then he had to have the whole setup. Okay. Are those little square ones? Those little tiny ones? I like my big one. I like this one. I do like those little tiny ones, though. They look pretty cool. You'll get that one. That one's easy, Picksmith said. Whatever, Picksmith.
Yeah, and I thought someone asked what type of books you like to read. I don't know which one of us he was asking, but I like science fiction.
I pegged you for a history buff. Wow, I was so wrong. Holy shit. I'm a science fictioner too. I'm a science fiction too.
I mean, especially, you know, when I got involved with the genealogy, I really got interested in history more, understanding, you know, what certain, you know, relatives, ancestors went through, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I never get into anything like history and all that real life stuff because I figure real life sucks enough. Like if I want to hear about somebody's sad, horrible life story, I will just look in the mirror or, you know, ask my husband or any one of my family members. We all have terrible life stories and just horrible things happen all the time. And so I'm like, I don't want to know, like, I don't want to read sad real life things that make me sad and then make me just like think of just how horrible this place really is. So I read fake shit all day long. I'm heavy into like anything that's like fake. I'll read about a werewolf all day. I'll be like, oh, the werewolf, what's he doing now? Like, because I don't want to face real life. Come on. As soon as I close the book, I'm back to real life. I don't need to read about real life shit too. No, thank you. Hard pass. Hard pass, people. Hard pass. Let's see. Who else is here?
I feel like fantasy. I have not read the Latin.
Nox Locks is here. P Dubs is here. Holy cow, we got so many people here today. We're so popular, Marcin. Oh my god, right? Thanks, guys. Don't forget to hit that like because we know you like us.
Yes, indeed. Hit it.
Yes, resistance is futile.
Yeah.
I saw a short where some guy was teaching a robot how to dance, and I was just like, the Tesla robot or something. He's like, you can teach this Tesla robot how to dance. And I'm just thinking, why are people accepting of these robots? Do they not know what's coming? That's a whole other discussion that, of course, I had on my other thing. Oh, my other thing. We don't want to go there here, but Jesus, those robots suck. There's just too many of them. They're just everywhere. I just can't with them. Paracentric, welcome. David Romano, welcome. David said he just hits 0 until a person comes on. David, that's old school, and you've obviously not had to talk to customer service recently because they caught on to our little hitting the 0 50,000 times, and they don't let you do that anymore. They'll be like,
not a valid menu choice. Let me start you all from the beginning.
Either that or they say, I'm sorry, but you've pressed the wrong thing. I'll see you later. Bye. Click. Or they'll push you back to the beginning, like Marcin said. They are on top of it, and they don't allow us to do that shit no more. It's so rude. Ooh, someone poured liquid latex all over one of those Tesla robots the other day. Yikes. Well, you know what? They try that shit now, and they're just going to make it so the Tesla robot starts bitch slapping people. And, you know, it's just going to get worse and worse from there.
Yeah, Boston Dynamics is the real shit.
Mm-hmm. We watched a whole thing about the robot dogs and the butterflies and the this, that, and the next that they have, you know, popping up. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kyle03, welcome. How are you?
So, any Terry Pratchett fans in the house?
Who's that?
UK fantasy author. I think he was the best-selling author in the UK until J.K. Rowling showed up.
Oh, you have to send me the name of him so I can check it out.
Hilarious. I mean, really intelligent, biting satire. It's fantasy, but it started off as a send-up of fantasy itself. Like, you know, there's one character he had called Cohen the Barbarian, who was now like in his 80s or something, running around, and it's like, no, you can't be Cohen. Cohen's big and strong, and I mean, I remember reading about you when I was a little kid. Oh. And he's got this nubile young woman following around, and all she does is rub liniment into him. I'll have to check that out. He throws his back out. And
yeah, I'm totally
evolved. There's over 36. I think there's over 40 something books now in the Discworld series. It's
Wow.
crazy.
See, I like that though. I like that because
Yeah.
I get mad when I read a book and I get super into it, and then there's like 3 parts, and then part
That's
4 is
over.
like coming, or it's over, or part 4 is like coming out in 4 months.
Oh,
You know how
that
many
too.
books
Yeah.
that I've read
Well,
where I've only read 3 or 4 parts to the 4 or 5 part series because they say the next one's and then I forget, and then Kindle tries to remind me, but I won't be on a reading kick at the time. So I ignore it. And then, by the time I get back to it, I'm looking for something else to read. And it's always, so I love a good 80,000 series, book. I probably would love that.
and he's passed away now, unfortunately, so there won't be any new one. But they are amazing. And he's got different sets of characters, and they're all about different, he segments them out. So like the more modern books now are, after he got into it after a few books, he started picking specific aspects to lampoon. So there's like one book about the music industry. It's all set in a fantasy world, but it's about the music industry. Another one lampoons the post office. Different things like that.
Yeah.
And then, so there's different groups of characters. So there's the Night Watch, and all those stories tend to be written like, the real, I forgot the term, the real life crime drama stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the Witches, and that's all about stories and how stories affect us. It's stories about stories. And then there's the Wizard and the Wizard University, Unseen University, and just how stupid people how some very, very smart people can do very stupid things.
Yeah. Dude, I think I'd probably like that a lot. I'm going to have to definitely get that names and stuff off.
He's doing that favorite author. It's just amazing.
Yeah, I would probably really like that one. Because like I said, I don't like it when I read a couple and then it's like over and you're like, okay, now what? You're trying to figure out like what the next one is. And there are a couple that I really, really love that I do wait for, but it's ones that I've been reading for years. And so I wait for, like, I know like another one's coming and I will always go back and check. But a lot of them, like I said, a lot of the ones I do read are like the free ones that come with my subscription. So I'll read those series because something to read, and then I'll start reading and of course it's like the next one's in next month and I'm like, no. it's not gonna happen.
A very good time was sort of truth. That was good. You have to put up with his the chance for abuse and such.
Dalp, welcome in, Dalp. He was out battling a kangaroo last night, and now he's had a late morning. All right, I see how it is. Or a giant spider, one or the other.
Yeah, the first Discworld book. I mean, I have several favorite characters, but it introduced one of my most favorite, the luggage.
Luggage. No.
There was a tourist that shows up, and he's got this luggage made out of sentient pearwood. So the luggage itself is sentient, and it is protective of the tourist items that are in the luggage to the point. It's called the luggage, but it's a big wooden box. It's basically a mimic if you're familiar with D&D.
Okay.
And it's protective to the point you might as well call it a homicidal maniac. Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah, I probably like this. What's it called again?
Discworld.
Okay.
You can start in a bunch of different places. There's actually a website. So if you want to know where to start, you can go there, figure out what kind of story you might want to read and all that. But honestly, if you if you think you're going to like it, I just start at the beginning and go through an order.
They're
and the
free
first one
on Kindle. Ooh.
The first one is The Color of Magic.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna bring it down into my Kindle right now. Okay,
and if you want to read one that is kind of a precursor, it's sort of like it's science fiction, and it's kind of about making worlds like this world, because it's setting up all the fossil records correctly and all that. And like one guy got in trouble because like he had a dinosaur with a wristwatch, and like, no, that's not part of the history. And I wish I could remember the name of it. But yeah, that's an because I started reading him basically right when they started coming out in the 80s. So yeah, I've been a fan for basically almost since the beginning.
Wow.
At least the beginning of the Discord.
I'm super excited because I love, like I said, like you have no idea how much I absolutely love a huge series. So to see that it's free, I could read them all for free, and it's a huge series. I'm going to be busy for a while because that just made my whole day. Thank you, Marcin. Appreciate it. Because I'll definitely be on that.
A bunch of them have been turned into like either animations or live action episodes, movies. I'd recommend just go ahead and reading the book first. But I think they're good as well. But to me, they're a pale shade of the books.
It always is like that. The books are always way better. It's because in the books, you imagine what's happening, how you think it should be. And then when you watch something that's like, you watch it made into a TV series or something, it's always somebody else's vision, and it's not what you thought, or they always have like the wrong person in the character, like that you would think would be on it or something like that. It's like, it just ruins it for you. They had that really good funny one from Janet Ivanovich, One for the Money, and it's a whole series about this lady that's a bounty hunter, and she's just like this ditzy goofball, and she's a bounty hunter, and everything she does in the books, I mean, they're just freaking hilarious. I mean, I've laughed out loud, cracking up reading them. That's how funny they are. Then they decided to make it into a movie, and it just sucked.
Oh.
So bad. It tanked so bad. It was just the worst. And they just picked the wrong people for it. And it was like, they probably could have made it really amazing because there was such a hype when it was coming out. And it was like the worst. I sat there and watched that movie and was like, really? This was what they thought would work for this? The humor was just like so just blanded. They didn't even make it funny or anything. So it was just bad. It was just really bad. So
that sounds like Thieves World.
Yeah, that just sucks. That sucks when they do that.
That was an interesting series. Basically, different authors submitted different shorts for the book, and they made up a particular character, and other authors could use that character as long as they fit within the guidelines that the original author, the creator of that character came up with guidelines for use of that.
Pretty neat.
So yeah, it was a pretty neat series.
That does sound pretty cool. Welcome, Knoxlocks and AJ's here. Hi guys. What is up? And I saw a message up there saying McD Poor, and he was saying he's feeling a little better. So happy about that. McD Poor, we were all pulling for you, sending good vibes. I'm glad to see that it helped. Rock out with your lockouts here. Hello, welcome. And who else did I see stopped in? There was some weirdo that stopped in saying weird shit, just like a real weirdo would. Yeah, someone deleted him. He got deleted. He was that weird.
So not kind of weird.
Blast and bypass. Oh my god, he's having a bad night. I used to have a Rottweiler, and he would do the same thing. You'd just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden you would just fall over. It'd be so silent, and then all of a sudden you'd be like, "Oh my god, what just happened?"
I mean, I've never smelled a bear fart, but I imagine that's probably one of the few things that's worse than dog farts.
Yeah, that probably could be a little worse. Oh my gosh, he's getting lit up.
On cows. Cow farts are pretty bad.
I'm under fire, he said. Oh my god, I'm under fire.
Dogs can just eat the strangest stuff, so once it finally comes out, it's just horrid.
Dub says, "How come I haven't been deleted? Because I'm a weirdo." You're a weirdo, yes. We're not going to dispute the fact that you're a weirdo. In fact, we're all weirdos, but you know, when you get like a real weirdo, like somebody else must have deleted him because they thought he was super weird. Who knows?
Robin Williams is saying, what was it? So someone said they're funny, and he's like, "What do you mean, funny? Ha ha, or funny?" That's the thing. If you're the weird, yeah, there's the good weird, and then there's
exactly. There's
weird you don't want to be around.
Yeah, there's a good weird, and then there's that weird that gives off a vibe that says, like, I live in my mom's basement and do weird stuff down there. And those are the ones we kind of usually end up deleting. You know what I mean? It's fine to live in your mom's basement. It's just don't live down there and do weird stuff and then get online because you're bored and taking a break from doing your weird stuff and then, you know, stop by and say anything to me or any of my weirdo friends because we don't like it. Hi, Hike of Life, Jeff. Welcome. We're also weird. We seem normal. Exactly. Our kind of weird is okay. It's totally weird. It's totally normal. We're fine.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about like LPU and, you know, the various Lockport communities. It's an odd mix of you know, kind of like ADHD, autism, sprinkle of recovery. It all just makes me feel right at home. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, these are my people.
And I need to write a little intro to my live streams for that. I need Martin you to say that back. You got this, a sprinkling of this and this. If you think that might be you, you might have found your people. Tune in at 4 p.m.
Yep.
Time. Eclectic mix. Yes, James. Yeah. Exactly. We've got an eclectic mix of weirdos. Yes, David. Exactly. Just prove you have pants with belt loops and that they're on. You know, that they're on and they've been on for, you know, at least a couple hours. We don't want anything other than that. It's super weird.
At least since the start of the stream, maybe.
yeah, exactly. Oh, look, Brian says, thanks for the live notification just now, YouTube. It's like my house alarm telling me set the alarm. Yeah, I know. I just said it, but thank you. Yeah, like, thanks a lot, YouTube, for really not even sending out my stream. So thanks a lot.
Your house was on fire 3 hours ago.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh.
Google is in charge.
Oh my gosh. She says, I'm the kind of weirdo that people wait to see what inappropriate thing will come out of my mouth next. E.g. Pocket owns New Year's live stream. And no Cheeto does, please. Exactly. David and G Man, they hunt down the weirdos. They're really good at spotting them too. David, he has a way of seeing the weirdos, and like G Man, they're on it. They know what kind of weirdos we let in and let through the gates, and we'll let them in here to just be weird for a while, and we don't mind it. But like then there's another kind of weirdo that we just kind of know right away. We're just like, no. We don't like that one. What about our new lockpicking videos, P-Dubs? Oh, Lord have mercy. Buzzy P-Dubs says that. Yeah.
Well, it's hands only, so that works.
Oh my gosh. David says, I'm weirder than weirdos. I'm just housebroken. I love it. I love it. Yeah, 9:05 a.m. Fire detected. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, geez, Picksmith. No, you didn't. Only like 4 people know about what Picksmith's talking about too. Oh my god. Yes, take Murphy for a walk before he completely engulfs your house with gases. And don't let him sleep in your room tonight, because if you're sleeping and all the things are closed and he just pollutes that with gases, you may not wake up. So take precautions. Take precautions, blast and bypass. We definitely want to make sure you're still here in the morning. Oh Lord. Delph says we're gonna strip these rings off our hands. Oh god. Okay, I see. I got you now. So they're gonna take off the rings and then their hands will be naked. I got you.
Yeah.
Yes, Delph says I'm ASD with a very high chance of ADHD as well. So definitely not a good mix. That's in our intro. We're gonna say if you have ADHD, any type of anxiety, depression, psychosis, only the good kind, of course. If you don't live in your mom's basement, and oh gosh. Oh no, Wyndham. You know what? It's one of those that goes down in history, and if you had to be there, honestly, and it shouldn't. We can't ever talk about it because it was just so ridiculous. But you had to be there. But it was like once in a lifetime thing that I never will see on another live stream in my life. Hopefully, let's hope. Let's hope. And yeah, so it was just pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy, Wyndham. Maybe someday we'll talk about it. But yeah, for a while, we're going to just keep that one down to lockpicking psychosis is real, Dean said. We all need to release nude lockpicking vids on April 1st simultaneously. So no rings, I guess no nail polish, I guess.
Well, I guess, you could put some pasties on your fingernails.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Or your knuckles.
Yeah, we'll talk about it someday, Wyndham. We will talk about it someday.
Yeah.
Or maybe in a different place.
For your finger butt.
We may talk about it in a different place than the live stream too. So you never know. And then you'll be able to find out. But we definitely want to talk about it. Sean says, I'm weird enough that I'm not getting anywhere close to telling y'all how weird I am. David, you're terrible. Yeah, cool. Put googly eyes on the fingernails.
Yeah.
Not Too Dead, welcome. I wanted to say I was waiting for you to show up. Not Too Dead sent me some stuff. He sent me a magnet, which I'm keeping. Some stickers and some poker chips to put in the sticker packs. He also sent me these giant paper clips, which I'm absolutely in love with. I don't know what about them makes me just love them, but I love these. They're sitting on my desk and I just don't know what I want to do with them yet. I'm just not sure, but I love them. So thank you so much, Not Too Dead. I'm just like in awe of the package. I saw these and flipped out and I was like, oh my, check them out. Holy crap. Ginormous. Oh my god. I mean, I can't pick a lock with them because they're too big, but they are amazing. They are amazing. I absolutely love them. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so welcome, and thank you so very much. And his sticker and magnets are very cool as well. Dope. Goodness. What are the rings that had the change to the bracelet called? Slave bracelets. Yes, it did. I just got it today and I was so excited. And yes, I kept the magnet and a couple of stickers just for myself. And then, of course, I put the rest in the thing, in the sticker packs. So, but yes, I did have to keep the magnet because that's how I am. Very cool magnet. I've got a collection of them now. I got mine, Trucker, Paracentric, Stu, Shackleman, and Not Too Dead. I'm freaking a magnet collecting freak. So, yeah. Anybody else gets magnets? Send one my way. I'm collecting them. I'm going to cover my whole toolbox with them.
Well, you can get just a sheet of magnet with, sticky on the back, or just a sheet of magnet and cut a circle or whatever and put the stickers on them. Make your own magnets out of all the stickers.
That's true. I should do that. Oh my God, that's such a good idea. I have a lot of
Yeah, you've got every sticker pretty much, don't you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, you just gave me a genius idea.
You can get a sheet of magnet paper, kind of, fairly cheap.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that. Chuck soup. So if I have nice fancy nails in a video, oh no, I'm afraid to see what he says next. What does no underwear under my kilt count as naked?
Nope, that's traditional.
Yeah, that's not that's just what we call in America, we call that free balling it. Partial credit at best. David cracks me up. He's hilarious. I cannot with him. I don't know how he comes up with shit so fast. Only if you take off the rings and bracelets, Daup. That's funny. I was somewhere the one day, and I was at the hospital, and the valet locked the keys in the cabinet, and then someone walked past and broke the key off because he left the key in the lock, and they broke it off. And yeah, so I was going to leave, and of course I needed my keys because I valeted, and I stand there, and he's like, oh, I gotta figure this out and get this. Do you know I had every tool in the world except a key extractor. Yeah, and I tried so hard to figure out some other way to get the key out, or at least get it to where it was in the right spot to turn the core, to just use the key. Nothing would work. Absolutely nothing. It was just a mess. And then I get home and I'm sitting here and I completely forgot that I had on my Delp bracelet and I could have probably just took it off and pulled the door thing, just stuck it in there and pulled it open. Never even thought. So yeah, I sat there and waited for 2 other guys to come down, look at it, not believe anything I said about the locks or anything to do with how to get this situation fixed. Yeah, they totally did not believe the word I said. They busted the whole entire door off. I was like, okay, that works too, but yeah.
Well, at least you get to drive home now.
They tried calling a locksmith, and all the locksmiths were closed for the evening or whatever. And I was just like, you just got to get this key out and it'll be fine. And, anything, if you have something that you can fit in there to pull the key, check around. Nobody would listen. Nobody would do it. It was just ridiculous. So I was like, whatever. But yes, I forgot about my bracelet, and I could have easily just bent that and pulled the door right on open, probably. So yeah, dumbass. I wear it all the time, and that's the only time I would have ever probably needed it, and never didn't remember. So yeah, there's that.
And then you kick yourself for like days.
Yeah. Yeah, James takes me off when someone I know does that kind of crap before consulting me. Yeah, I tried, but it was like, just some random lady telling like, the security dudes and people, and they were just like, ma'am, please go sit in your corner. You don't know what you're saying. Yes, I had all my picks, tensioners. I had my covert companions that had all kind of shit on it, and just everything but a key extractor was on that thing. Pissed me off so bad. Really did.
I probably should get one.
Take care, James. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
James is out, but it looks like Trucking Lock showed up. Welcome, Trucker. He came to cause some trouble, it seems. Welcome. Yeah, I still think I don't have a key extractor. I don't know that I even own one. What the hell set would have a key extractor? Because I'm trying to think. Maybe my Amazon set that I bought when I very first started would have a key extractor in it. Maybe. But that's literally, I think, the only tool I don't, the one that I needed and didn't have. That just ticks me off. Paracentric. I have the Master 17. That was a gift from Greg Potter. He sent me the Master 17, and I have another weird one. And then somebody else sent me that big freezer one. That one's pretty cool. And those are both guttable. They both have guttable cores, which is pretty neat. And I think I put spool pins in them because I was trying to whatever, but it just ended up making them easier, to be honest. 8 eggs and 6 bits of toast. Holy cow. Nothing burnt yet. Good job, Dalp. Good job. Cheap kits are just sharp diamonds and very thick, not good for the purpose. Yeah, I gotta buy a key extractor somewhere just to keep it in my stuff. Oh, the 17. What one do I have? Which one do I have? Let me check here. I know I bought this big one here somewhere. What did I do with this? Oh, maybe it's not the 17. What is this? I have another one too. What is this? Hold on. Which ones do I have? And how do I have this? What the hell? I have the 17. Sorry, yeah, the 17 is not guttable. And the 29. How did I get this? Somebody remember me. How the hell did I get this one? Jay Gabriel, maybe. Did he send me the 29? I can't recall. And the 17 Greg Potter sent me. Yeah, right. You're right, David. Sorry. But yeah, then the 29's guttable. That's the one I was thinking of. Oh, yes. RuneSmith Lockport just got his brown belt approved. Congratulations, RuneSmith. Also, let's see who else got some stuff this week. Congratulations. That's amazing. I know I have a congratulations button here. Let me find it. I have to redo all my little buttons and things that I made because they're all for regular live and not vertical live. And yes, get used to it, people. We're going to be doing vertical more often. Do you know why? Because none of your friends are showing up. That's why. None of your friends want to show up and hang out with us anymore. And so, yeah, we have to do things to make it so that more people show up. So now we're going to have to go vertical. So blame it on your friends who do not show up. Okay? That's why we're here. That's why we're in this situation right now. So, yeah. But congratulations, Rune. Sorry that my little thing's a little bit weird. It's a little heart. It's saying congratulations, but I have to make one for vertical because I only have ones for the other. Here's a heart I made for vertical that works a little better, but congratulations. I made that and I made this on the fly just today, but I will make some new ones that will work out for the vertical live streamings. And I know some of you guys really hate them, but I don't know. G-Keeman says, I have friends. Trucker, I just got my yellow belt. Shut up, Trucker. Shut up. He's lying, frick. He's being a big fat liar right now. He did not get his yellow belt. Trucker has a black belt.
I was going to say yellow belt and fibbing, but no.
Although, yeah, he's got his yellow belt and fibbing. No, he has his black belt and fibbing, Marcy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
After more consideration, Trucker's got a black belt. He's like 7,900 Dan for the fibbing. No, Trucker might actually just be at yellow belt right now because you know what Trucker did? He decided to take a break from lock picking and decided, you know what? He didn't need to pick any locks anymore. And because he got his black belt and he was like, bitch, I'm good. And so he didn't pick locks for a really long time. So yeah, he's probably down to yellow belt right now, trying to get it back, but it's okay, Trucker. You snooze, you lose, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. How do you submit to get your next belt? Peter asks. Peter, I did make a video about that, but you can find all the information in the r/lockpicking subreddit if you are a part of that. Or I don't know if the information is on the Discord server, but you do have to go to either the LPU Discord server or the r/lockpicking subreddit to submit, and there are some steps that you have to follow. Let me see if I can just pull up the information right here and we will read it. We will read it for you. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's present the screen and take a look here.
It also depends on which belt.
Yes.
The higher the belt, the more requirements there are.
Okay, here we go. All right, so Reddit submissions. You can go to the subreddit r/lockpicking and you have to create a mod mail. So you're going to create a mod mail and you have to have all this information here. I'm going to leave a link to right here in the chat for you. And you can go ahead and click that link and it'll take you right to that, what I was just reading. It'll take you right to this little, this things here talking about belt requirements, and it will tell you exactly how to submit for your belt.
But if on Reddit if you're on Discord already, that's going to be faster.
Yeah, it's a lot faster. Yeah, I think I did my very first belt submission on Reddit, and of course I screwed it up. Really bad. Then I went to do my second one, and I want to say I screwed that one up too. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I screwed everything up that I tried to submit for because I just really wasn't very good at that. But it is much, much easier on Discord. Exactly.
And if you're on Reddit as well, you can sync it. So you can just submit on Discord and have it synced to Reddit and vice versa.
Yeah, Dots says, got my green belt approved in about 6 hours on Discord. Yeah, it doesn't take much time.
The lower the belt, the faster it is.
Yeah, because they have to look at less info and stuff like that, and just there's less for them to have to check, so it does come up faster. So, but yeah, all the information is right there in that link to the LPU belts. I suggest if you haven't, you save the lpubelts.com website. Save it as a bookmark to your phone or something if you are a lock picker, because it does have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of information. And, it's very easy to just click on it when you're looking for something and you need some answers. You can click on that and there's literally everything in there. Just everything, every lock that's ranked, pictures of every lock that's ranked, information about every lock that's ranked. Mostly everyone. I shouldn't say everyone, but most of them. Information on belts, information on, oh my gosh, what else is there? Safe locks. There's the leaderboards are up there. There's a whole glossary full of terminology for lock picking. There's information about the DAN system, master projects, stats and insights about lock picking and how many lock pickers there currently are and how many do belts and things like that. Stuff about the LPU belts. And there is the Lock Bazaar where you can purchase locks. And there's also, and you can sell them there too. There's also Speed Picks where you can see all of the awards I got for speed picking. Peter, no, the belt system goes by a ton of different locks, and they're actually all, they're all listed in this. Let me show you. If you click that link again, here is, let me put it up. There's tons and tons of locks. You can click on the belt color that you're looking for to see which locks are ranked and which ones you can pick for your belt. And there's just tons and tons of padlocks, Euro cylinders, kick cylinders, rim cylinders, mortise cylinders, dimple locks, disc detainer locks, padlocks and everything. It's all kinds of locks that you can use for it. It just has to be, you just have to be picking a lock that is already ranked other than white belt. Like for your white belt, it's any lock that you can turn the core on and, that you can successfully get it picked. And then after white, then you definitely need to be able to open one of the ones that are on the list there on the LPU Belts website. That's again why I just suggest save it in your phone or on your computer in the bookmarks tab, because it's very, very useful to find out, just like I said, if you're going for like green belt and you don't know what lock to pick for green belt, you can just go on there, click on the green belt, and it gives you an alphabetical list of all the different locks that are ranked at green belt, and you can decide which one you might find in your neighborhood or whatever around where you live, and then just figure out a way to get it. But yeah, the Lock Bazaar is linked in the LPU belts too, and that's a great place to go. Where pickers go to spend money they haven't even earned yet and go broke in less than 10 minutes.
So I'm a little stiff to pick right now, so I can stay on audio, but if you want to have someone else come on, I can. Okay. I'll yield the.
Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see here. I don't think anybody has wanted to hop in, but does anybody like to hop on and pick? Let me know. One person only, so first person to raise your hand wins. Combo locks aren't ranked, okay, because you can't pick them. Okay.
And Peter, as far as padlocks go, they really drop off after green. There's a bunch of green ones, but there's not that many blue. And it just really becomes fewer and fewer. There's like the Master Lock 19 is purple, but it's not made anymore, and you'll be over $100 kind of thing. Try to get one.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them after a certain level. I can't believe I just found a website too. Well, I mean, I knew about it, but where did I see it first? Well, shit. Hi, Chris. David, I sent you a link, and what was I saying? Oh, I bought a lock off of Reddit. I was on Reddit, and he just put a link up. He was like, hey guys, don't forget, I'm selling locks. Don't forget and I clicked on it, and it's a whole website. It was, the name is like just initials, like CVXBM or something like this. And, let's see. I just have it as a bookmark on my phone now because I was like, this is very convenient and easy. And, CMFXA. He's a black belt and he sells locks, and I just found his website, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic. It's like super easy. He shows all the locks. It's like it's so great. So I bought a couple locks off of him. I mean, he doesn't have like tons and tons of them, but the way his website is set up, I absolutely loved it. So I highly recommend. I might try to leave a link to this in the chat. Oh, cmfxa.com. Let me just type it in here. You guys can click it. cmfxa.com. Of course, you'll have to put the, http www all that crap in there, but there it is if you wanted to check it out. That's the actual
He's awesome.
Yeah, I found it really super easy to navigate. All the locks were like right there. Everything is like, he has dimple locks, like it's all like separately listed, or you could just look at everything, and it was really nice. He has them all tell you what the ranking is, whether it has a key or doesn't have a key. Just really nice. I mean, I was very impressed, because usually when you go to look for locks, you see it on a big spreadsheet, and not that that's not nice, but it's like hard sometimes when you're trying to find a certain one to go all the way across the line to go look at a picture, or you look at the picture then have to go back and then do this and this. It made it like super streamlined. I absolutely loved it.
I got my multi-lock interactive from him, and you can get a kit that's multi-pinned, so you can change out the pins, and at the very least, you can officially do blue, purple, and brown with it. And
Crazy.
I'm not sure about green. You can at least simulate green. So if you're starting off with dimples, you can try some tricks. Like he found a way you can flip the pins upside down to eliminate the inner pins, so that you can actually pick it as if it didn't have inner pin. So yeah, I think it's a awesome kit.
That is really, really nice, because it makes it so just like the pricing alone to get from, nothing to brown belt is pretty expensive. Yep. And so if you get something like that, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Peter, I'd go with a Master Lock 150 next. That's a good progression from the 140 series.
Yeah.
140, 141, 146, whatever. And Frick combo locks, padlocks generally are not ranked. There are some. There's like a Sergeant Greenleaf. There's like the military locks and whatnot that are higher belted, and basically they open like a safe lock. So you'll find them under safe locks. Any padlock combination locks that are ranked, I think, are going to be under the safe lock category, which is a separate segment when you pick what you're looking at.
I cannot. You see what Chris just said? I cannot with you, Chris. I really can't. He said all his locks are black now after the fire.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, okay.
That's fucked up. Chris, I cannot with you. Oh my god.
Yeah, this was a nasty.
Jeez, oh man. Yeah, I got a padlock with a black belt something or other in it. This is one that Justin McSlappy sent me a long time ago when I got my black belt. He sent me this one. He let me pick. He was like, he opened his lock drawer with like, I don't even know how many locks. He was like, choose one. And I was always wanting one of these with the snowman core. And oh yeah, so he let me have it.
I've avoided them because they're so expensive.
What's that?
I've avoided snowmen just because they're so expensive. You're paying a premium to get them.
Yeah. This is the one in that video I did when whenever I was hanging out with Lockchuck and and Dr. Hogmash and that. This is the same one that I had apart, and Lockchuck was helping me put it back together, and this thing kept flying across the screen. Lockchuck helped me figure it out. It was a mess. It was poor Lockchuck. I'm going to tell you what, he's learned. I have to say, I'm probably solely responsible for half the shit Lockchuck's learned in Lockport, because I'm sending him every problem and issue I get. If it ain't poor Picksmith, it's Lockchuck that gets it. I swear. I'm like, I have 7 broken locks. Can I send it over to your house? Lockchuck's like, I guess. I mean, I just cannot.
Dave Romano brought up a good point. If you like padlocks, you can get padlocks that take a bunch of different cores. So, well, not this one because it's Japanese, but they're a little bit different size. But you can fit kicks in the padlock if the right size kick. Yeah. And
this one takes a Euro cylinder of a certain size. Oh yeah, and that Abus that Pocket Woman sent me has that too.
So I like picking padlocks because I find them too fiddly for my hand issues and whatnot. I like picking the vise and it having to deal with the extra mechanisms of the shackle and all that. I just find it adds difficulty. But it's one of those weird things where if a lock only comes in a padlock, you can't pull the core out. So you can't, like an 1100 core, you can pull out of pull out the padlock, and it will just be like a kick, and it's just separate, it's just the core. But and you can't put a regular kick back in because it's just too small. But you can't pick it like that and count for green because.
Oh really? I never knew that.
You can buy them separate, but only as a part. When you buy the lock, it's as the whole 1100 lock. So it's ranked green with the core in the padlock.
Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. If you pulled it out.
The Abus, I forgot the name of it, that accepts the kicks, or like the one you had there with the Euro. It's basically you buy the padlock without a core in it a lot of the times. So you just put your own core in there. It adds to the difficulty because you're dealing with it's separating the feedback. There's extra removal there, and you have to deal with the shackle spring and all that stuff. But you can pick it either in or out, and it'll count.
Okay.
Because it doesn't actually come with core.
Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see how it's like, the Abus 83, that's the one. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I could definitely see how, being inside of the lock body would make it harder. I've thought that about a couple of different locks that I've tried because, you just can't feel anything. That lock body mutes a lot of feedback quite a bit, so it definitely does not
I will
make
say,
it any easier.
One padlock I did enjoy
There's David.
was the Lockwood. You all know what I was going to say.
Yeah, the Lockwood.
That was so buttery. I borrowed it. I don't own it. That's one that I would be proud to own.
We'll have to get you hooked up with the Lockwood there. I see David backstage, but he's having some difficulties, so we're gonna wait. We'll wait until David comes up for Marson to turn his camera off because David's having some troubles back there. I don't know what's happening. There he is again. Hold on, there's somebody else. There's David. He's on there twice, so I'm not sure what the first one is. But okay, Marson, shut your camera off. Wait, let me go to my settings and make sure I have it to where that if the camera's off, we don't show avatars, and then that will make it so you disappear, but you'll still be here. All right. And there's David. Okay, so let's double check. Marson, are you still here?
Maybe.
Yes, you are. Okay. And David is still here. David's here as well.
Hi, David.
Am I
you're all crooked.
or what the heck is going on?
You're all jacked up, buddy. You're all jacked up, buddy. I can't with you. I really cannot.
Even though we're in vertical, you still want to record horizontal.
My phone is throwing me a hissy fit, but let's try.
Yeah, go back out and you have to hold the phone horizontal before you start. Okay, there you go. Because half the time it won't register. So
most of the time it doesn't. Yeah, good. You got lucky this time because usually you have to go out of the stream, do it, fix it again, and then come back in. But you got it. Yay.
Streamyard app can suck it.
Look at all the locks on David's desk right now. Holy shiz.
I apologize. My desk is a mess.
It's a beautiful map.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, there's at least 2 locks here that are in the naughty bucket and probably will be for a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
That freaking Ingersoll, man.
Yep, I saw that.
I have an Ingersoll too that I can't get open for nothing. And a couple of people have picked it now, and I still can't get it no matter what I've tried, and I can't. I hate that thing.
The same thing goes with this. Same thing with this CX5, by the way. I picked it with just the spools in place, but the sliders, I'm not getting anywhere.
That made me, speaking of the Sergeant and Greenleaf, that's kind of like in that category of padlock of hell.
Yeah. But like I will say, for the people who were saying like, hey, are there like higher level padlocks? The option is this, which is where you get a pick.
Yeah, that's another one. Yep.
Padlock, and then you put whatever you want.
SFIC, LFIC. Yep.
Yeah.
Everything before.
So here's a kick. This is a brown belt kick.
But if you're not familiar with LFIC, I don't recommend them. Just if
As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say if you don't have experience with the IC cores, you can skip it for now.
Yeah.
They're just not that fun, in my opinion. This is opinion.
Hig says, I love how you over there always complain about having no cool locks like we have in Europe. And some are way cooler than ours. Not that cool.
Oh,
they're not as cool.
Oh, Dig. That's because this is partially British.
Welcome, Ryan. Thank you for stopping by to say hello.
And the CX5 is half Canadian, half Korean. See, the good bit really is not American.
Yeah, they're not really ours. But yeah, the Lockwood you guys were talking about, I happened to get one off of eBay, and I spent, I think it was really like $20 US or $30 US, and then it was like $15 to $20 shipping. So it ended up being around $50. But I mean, for a Lockwood, we don't have them, so it's like, but I often look at 70 or 90 depending, Yeah, I thought Adam was selling some Lockwoods.
Yep.
I bought a Euro cylinder off of him that was a Lockwood. That was pretty fun,
100%. Yeah.
I mean, he had a few of the older like Abloy style Lockwoods too, which was very cool, and the price wasn't terrible.
Neat. I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, he's got some cool Lockwoods over on his. He might even have the padlocks back, because I know I think it was Adam, had a bunch of the padlocks. It was either him or Red, because I always check those two guys' lock list, and one of them was having Lockwoods a lot of times over there. So.
Oh, so you guys talking about padlocks? Check out some of Dave's videos, because he goes through some of the through the master lock line. Some of the history. Really cool stuff. He knows his shit on that.
What the hell's a Lockwood V7? I don't think I've ever even heard that. I want a Lockwood Twin.
V7 is the one where the pins, it has 4 pins on one side and 3 on the other side, and they're arranged in like a V, so that they aim towards each other.
I see.
Really cool. I'd actually love to get like a 334 with a V7 core in it. That would be a lot of fun to try one day.
Very cool. Oh my god, Loki's here. What's up, Loki? Welcome.
Hey, Loki.
What? Where did I put my 40 thou Turner?
Is this the real Loki or the AI Loki?
Loki is just AI, period. So it's the AI Loki.
Okay.
This is Loki AI. He needs to change his name to lefthandloki.ai.
Yeah, in other news, I'm applying for jobs right now, and there's like
good luck.
Thank you. Every other site is like, do you mind if we have AI read your resume? Heck, no. No. I have a hard enough time getting my foot in the door the first damn day. No, I want to get you in your freaking resume.
Don't need some hallucination rejection crap.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen the BS dreamed up by Google and Meta AI or whatever. I don't need that freaking application for work. What's next?
I hate that they call it AI. It's not.
It's not. It's not. It's machine
I
learning.
hate it.
It's machine
You
learning.
came up with some funky algorithms. I mean, that's it.
Insane.
In other news, I liberated this 15 from a my favorite fence, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this thing has spools in it because I got really clear counter rotation.
I think don't they have barrels?
That's the 19 has barrels, but the 15 should be all standard pins. But I'm
interesting.
I'm definitely feeling spools in this, and I'm very tempted to take the sucker apart because I mean, 15 is kind of dime a dozen.
Right.
But on the other hand, this particular 15 is made in the USA. So, what do we think, folks? To take it apart or not to take it apart? Dick Smith voted take it apart. I know that much. So what do we think?
I think it has standard pins, but I think because they're not, it's because it's the master lock that does unbalanced pins. It's probably one of those ones that's pretty short key pin, and so it's making you think that you have a spool pin in there. But yeah, I bet you that's what's happening somewhere along there.
I definitely thought that at first, but I gotta tell you, the more I fumble at this thing, the more sure I am that there is at least one spool, maybe more in it.
Rip her apart. Let's see. Let's see.
15. I'll give it a shot.
I set a pin and I just fell into a false set.
Wait, Picksmith said I've shown that on Picking Time, lady. What did he show? Oh, Conky says do not take it apart.
Why not?
Yeah, why not, Conky? I have two Master 15s already, by the way, with keys.
Oh yeah, there you go. And Loki says it's a master lock. Hit it with a hammer, and then Frick said, or another master lock. You know what? People say that, but I'm going to tell you what. I've tried to hit my master lock with a hammer. I've tried to hit it with another master lock. I've tried everything, and it will not work. And then I have one of those 605s or whatever it is that you can hit with another master lock, and it opens, and I can't get that to work either. Got no idea how people were able to do that.
With the 605, the Billy bypass is my favorite. The medium hook trick, that's just so good.
Oh wow!
As discovered by McNally.
Let's see here. Chris Steady texted me a picture. Let's see. Oh, it might be on my. Let me see. I think it's probably on my computer. Yeah, it's on the computer. All right, let's see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Wow, the lock actually survived the thing, but the brass, all the brass guts are melted, but the outside is still in there. That is crazy. Wow. I'm going to see if I can put this somehow on Discord. Let's see if I can paste this picture and then pull it up over on here somehow. We'll see. We'll see. It's actually... And let's go... Got it to teach us something. And yeah. Conky says, okay, I did not know that. My bad. You liberated that one, so... figure out what's inside of it and let's get to it. Teach us something.
Yeah, mine's all standards.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I would expect it to be all standards, but I had very clear counter rotation, and it's very obviously like falling into a false set. And the funny thing is I've actually once from that. I mean, y'all now know the fence because you've seen it in person. But from that very same fence, I once liberated a Master number 1, which should be all standard pins. It was chock full of spools and American lock key pins, which was awesome. But
sometimes they just throw random shit in. I'm guessing if they run low on stock on stuff, someone will just reach over on another line and just grab some pins.
Exactly. Yeah, but the sad thing is that honestly, Master Lock owns American now. They should discontinue their pins and make only the American pins. They're better in every way.
Yep. Well, it's probably cheaper.
Yeah, because you don't need to machine the serrations in or anything like that.
Just lob off some rod.
What in the world? I want to download. Wow. So weird. I don't know why it's not working, but it didn't work. Okay. Let's do this. Let's delete this. And I wanted to show that picture, but it is not, for some reason, not letting me. Let's see if I can do this a different way. Download. Now let me try this. Okay. Now upload something.
I'm happy I actually got the 15 open today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Good job.
See, the 15 is honestly like surprising sometimes with how.
When it comes to my padlocks, it's a total crapshoot, especially the laminated ones.
This might work now.
My 3 is a beast.
It's really making me crazy. We'll see. I'm trying to download the picture onto Discord so I could show you guys it, but it's really giving me the worst trouble in the world, so I do not. P-Dubs wants to know, how do you get the 15 open?
You grind off the rivets.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rivets to get rid of.
That's a lot of rivets.
Pull the faceplate off.
Let me mute my mic and get rolling. There's no time like oh shit. That snap was me relocking the corp.
Oh.
Oh well.
That is funny. Don't that something always gonna happen like that? It's just always something, truly.
It really is. It's I don't appreciate it.
Oh, Pocket Woman, did you mean picking it open? It's usually just standards pins.
Yeah, it's usually all standard pins. Lift all pins
it's just
here and
really basic approach to picking, like the 141 or 140. But it's standards. So if you gotten used to spools, it sucks.
Yeah. Loki's powering down for the night, so he's gonna go take care of Loki.
Later.
Pixsmith said the higher end master locks will have spools and these stupid serrated looking pins that aren't serrated.
Yeah.
I know exactly what kind of pin he's talking about. Pin 5 in the Master Lotto.
Transparent Eyeball says, who else is getting their ass kicked by the Bergwachter Diamond? Well, isn't that the same one that's the in that
Gamma
700, or is that a different core or something like that? I can't remember. Those can be rough though. They got a crazy keyways and stuff like that, and they can be tough. Bo says, first time here on this live. This is so much fun. Oh, that's awesome. That could be Trucker posing as somebody else having a good time, but
yeah, Mr. Yellow Belt taking the piss all the time.
Thank you, Chuck Soup, for sharing that picture on the Discord, because I couldn't figure out how to get it to go.
I'll just welcome, Bo. Glad to have you.
I could not get that to work for no reason at all. It just was like not working. Let's see. Now I gotta find it. What channel is this? Pickers Lounge. Okay, Pickers Lounge. Here we go.
All right, we're open again, and this time we're sticking a wiper insert in it so it doesn't go running out.
There you go.
Math and science, people. Math and science.
So says you. All right, there is the lock that survived the fire.
Look at
that.
That's
insane.
Look at that chub.
Wow, man. That's wow. Just wow. That's wild.
What is that?
Some sort of look like it's chub battleship.
Yeah.
It's not big enough on my screen. I couldn't see it.
It was the chub. Let me look at the picture again, or the thing again. Chris did say, but I can never remember the name of these. Oh, battleship.
Shame.
Crazy.
Well, I'm glad it's survived.
That's a shame.
Ooh, nice save.
The Herculock. Okay. Mastered the 1100, but I still can't get this Herculock open, and I know nothing about it. What the heck
King of
one is
Will?
that?
Oh, I know Herculock. Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
It's one of the power company locks. All standard pins, but the tolerances are pretty good.
Oh, okay.
I actually have one handy. 1 second.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not a safe, is it? That's those are crates. My eyesight and the small screen really screw me up.
Yeah.
I saw the gold dial on the front. I thought that was a safe in the back.
Oh yeah.
So this is former Southern California Edison. So yeah, they're
Oh, neat.
Yeah, they're 5 or 6 pins. They're very similar to like the Wilton Bohannons, and they serve basically the same purpose. They're, you know, power and utility company locks. They're brass. They're well built, but yeah, they're all standard pins. They, you know, but there might be some tapering in them too, though. So you just gotta keep, you know, going back, tap, 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 tap.
Yeah, Chris said all the brass inside melted.
Oh,
That really sucks. And to have the, you know, to have the lock outside and just.
That sucks so hard. But you can see the family resemblance between like a WB and a Herculock.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that can be rough.
Same concept. The biggest problem with those locks is that they're going to be outside for a long, long time. They're going to be full of crap in the cores.
Mm.
Like, probably best to spray them with some penetrating oil before you even start trying to pick them.
yeah.
Yeah, I could see that being a one that definitely needs this sprayed out a little bit.
Yeah, like a 2-stage spray. Like, start with penetrate and then go to lube.
And I have a video all about what lubes to use on your lock, thanks to Picksmith telling me all about it.
Nice.
I made a whole video about it.
LPS 1 recommendation page. Mm.
Yeah, there's a whole ass video about that.
Remember, folks, if you're going to be stupid and take apart laminated locks, safety splints are your friend. Ask me how I know.
A Herculock 700, and pardon my drunk typing, he said. The battleship, he said, Picksmith.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to mute my mic so y'all don't need to hear Dremel noise.
All right. Yeah, he said it was the Chubb battleship.
I'll substitute.
Larson. Oh my god. Yeah, Picksmith says the Hertz WB knockoff, but I could see it being difficult because them WBs are a little bit crazy too. GK makes a good impression.
I think he needs to buy a new Dremel.
I love how David's just doing it right in his living room in a bucket. He's like, oh well.
Yep.
At least he's in front of the fireplace, so if the things, you know, they're landing in the fireplace, if nothing else, he can just worry about that.
Ryan, do a dado stack.
I hope we don't see like a finger fall in the bucket or something either. That'd be terrible. That would not be good. Oh, thank you, Spontaneous. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. I didn't know this. If you double up the cutting discs on the danger lathe, that helps keep them from exploding so easily.
But when they do, it's glorious.
Georgia Jim picked one 4 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I know that WB one can be a pain in the butt because the keyway's like really ignorant. Yeah, the whole reason they put the warning labels on is because somebody's been there and done that.
You see really ridiculous ones, just know someone's gone there before.
Yeah. Some of the warning labels are ridiculous for sure.
Hmm.
It's a shame that you have to do that too. I mean, I get it, I guess, but damn. I'm excited to see what's in this one. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you think it's all standard pens going to be inside of this master lock. Put a 2 if you think it's going to be spool pens.
I was tempted to put 3 random shit.
Yeah. And 3 if you think it's random shit. I think it is a standard.
Oh my god. Ryan. That sounds fun.
Wait, I missed out. Want to see?
You want to see? Do you want to see
my
gloated 12-inch cutting wheel on a gas-powered saw exploding?
Oh my god. That'd be
Wait,
terrible.
15-inch.
Oh my gosh. An 8-inch round saw coming off in a sawmill. Oh my lord.
Yep.
Look, David is going to get some spool pens right now to pretend like that's what was in there. That's why he disappeared from the camera. Shame on you, David. Shame on you, David. I know what you're up to. He's like, look, I see, I knew it. What number for smashed ball bearing?
I'll not have my name slandered like that.
See, that looks like an ABIC pool.
David will not be slandered, people. I guess say number 3 for the smash ball bearings and stuff. We're gonna say 3 is just random stuff or unknown stuff. We're gonna see. Yeah, see, Frick thought it was suspicious too, David. I wasn't the only one, okay? Frick thought you were very suspicious. You didn't leave the lock in frame. You had to take it out. Now you're pretending like you got some. I know you threw some spool pins in your pocket. Like, you got your cat coming in with a couple spool pins in a minute. I know what you're up to.
That's why I'm black spandex second Dan, not belted.
G. Keyman said he's seen a circular saw from a robot stuck in the factory ceiling. Now that would be funny. Oh no, Spontaneous, are you not feeling well? I missed it. A lot of pain today. Oh man, sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah.
That's not fun at all. Not fun at all. See, Picksmith thinks it's number 1 as well. So does Wyndham. I'm telling you guys, we're right, okay? We are right. Not if it ricochets, exactly. Yeah, and if he pulls out anything but standards, we're just gonna know he had his cat come in here with some spool pins to throw on the ground.
Oh, okay. The cat was my spool emissary.
Picksmith said he has to run. Please let him know what's in there. All right, I'll text you and let you know what's in there, Picksmith.
There are something.
All the
Safety glass.
board is curious about the spool status of this 15.
There are some things safety glasses do not protect against.
You know, it's good to see that it does take a bit to get that thing apart, though. I mean, it's been weathered, too, so he's working hard to get that thing apart.
All right.
Yeah, we hope you feel better,
That's from
Spontaneous.
Metal Scrapyard?
Not fun.
And
I know I had the continuous leg pain all down my leg. Sometimes it was my foot, sometimes my ankle, sometimes my knee, sometimes my hip, sometimes this, down my whole leg continuously all the time. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And they kept saying nothing was wrong. And here it turned out I needed an entire new hip. And they just never checked for it because of my age. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was what happened, my leg pain. They never could find anything. They kept telling me there was nothing wrong, and I'd be in there like screaming in pain, and they're like, "No, there's nothing." I'm like, "Okay."
Like, y'all are
Like-
so full of the proverbial fecal matter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was so mad. I was like,
I
I
know.
must have made like
It's so
4 or
hard
5
talking
trips
about
to the
pain.
ER.
'Cause there's automatic assumptions of med chasing. So it's tough. Yeah, I've got the MS hug today, which is basically imagine a girdle that goes from
Oh,
just with your hips up to the lower ribs, and it's just cranked way too tight. So
oh man.
I've actually separated the intercostal muscles in my ribs by my own muscles have separated themselves because they've spasmed and pulled themselves apart.
Jeez,
Boy,
oh man, that's just from the spasms happening. Marson, is that why it's like that? Just spasms all around there or something?
Yeah, well, right now it's just the tightness. They're just locked. They're just.
Oh my gosh.
It's like they won't let go. Yeah, the muscles are just turned on.
How often does that happen to you? Is it very frequent, or is it just like every couple weeks, or couple times a year, or is that like a lot of times?
Used to be pretty regular during the spring and the fall. It's pretty much every day. Really bad. Like I'm panting because I can't breathe. Luckily, is like once or twice a year.
Oh my gosh. Can you take like some like Ativans or something like that to like
I mean,
relax yourself and just go to sleep till it's over, or is this like
marijuana, there's a few things, but
yeah. God, man, that's
but
horrible.
it's really in. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry you're going through that. That's
Tonight,
sucks.
it's one of the more. It's not the. Oh my God, I can't even talk.
Yeah.
It's just really
There.
tight and uncomfortable. So that's like even using my hands trying to get them up in front of the camera is just like no.
Oh God. Yeah,
All
I'm
right, so I
sorry
have it
to
centered
hear
on the
that.
crimp.
Brick said last December I sneezed and blew out my back.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's good times, right?
Back
And
is
welcome,
Fuck,
Daryl. Welcome to
man.
the show. Hi, how
Fucking
are
worse.
you? Yeah, good to have you here, Daryl. Thanks for coming by to hang out a little bit. Yeah, we're trying to
Okay,
see what's in the master loft. We are
Moment of-
all waiting to see.
Moment of,
what's
moment of,
there.
I mean,
Drum
this is
roll.
only the third time I had to pick the friggin' thing open. So, and hey, for you guys who like Master Lock, can I just highly recommend the Master Lock branded follower, which has a flat in it for you guys who like taking apart the crimp locks. See how it's
Yeah.
D-shaped?
Whoops.
cool.
Oh.
So the flat will follow along the crimp. Makes life a lot easier for taking apart the masters with the crimp first.
It's nice having specific tools.
Yeah.
I want to see if this works at all.
Yeah, I'm like mid-50s. Yeah, I was teasing my fiance. She handed me a AARP card that on her account that she signed up, and it's like, now you're older than I am because you signed up for it.
Goodness. All right. I'm trying to see if I can get this vise, my woodchuck, to work right. But I think it's mirroring my camera, which is super annoying. I gotta figure out how to stop that. And I don't know how. Oh, wrong way. Oh, nope. Let's see. No, it's okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Moment of truth time.
All right, this might work. We might be able to do this.
Oopsies.
Maybe.
Come on, David. I want to see.
Confirmed. Spool in 5.
Ooh.
Dang.
Spool in 4.
What the heck? How
I
did it
knew I
get
felt
holes
spool.
in there?
See, I knew it. It's
It's,
David knows Master
Martin,
Lock.
I think you're right. This is the. It was made on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Shit.
The Saturday Master Lock. I love it.
Yep.
All right, there was a spool on 3, but it's currently in between my pants and I can't find it. So it's a Master Lock spool. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Right. Got it.
Yep. But I mean, if David's picking a Master Lock and he says he feels something, I'm gonna believe him.
Yeah, we'll believe you next time, David. Whatever. Always got to be right.
Oh my God, 5 spools? Holy shit!
Holy crap!
Wow. You just ruined a really rare Master Lock.
I know. Dang it!
Now when you put it back together, no one's gonna believe you.
Let's see if I can find spool number 5 real quick.
We're all just gonna be like, we're all gonna look at you like a Master Lock
Doc.
slayer. Like, wow, David just
Mastered the Master Locks. Yay!
slaughters those Master Locks. He doesn't even care about them. He just like, whatever.
We're slaying.
I am just so confused at how to set this up. I just never know what seems right for this. I'm trying to figure out how I want to set up the woodchuck. I have a lot of trouble with it. I don't know how to do it.
Although that's true, he hasn't even shown us the spools yet.
I know, he says
I'm trying to
they're
find
in
number
there.
5, you know.
Yeah, all right, David, whatever
Okay.
you say. Okay.
It was literally in my fly.
You're just, you know what, David? We all know that you just keep spool pins in your fly, so quit trying to pretend like that's from the Master Lock.
Oh yeah, I always my pants and spool pins are very well acquainted with each other.
Yep.
We know you keep them in your fly at all times, so don't try it.
I don't know, Dave. It's awful blurry.
What do I want to do with this?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, not bad bidding too. Super low cut in 1, super high in 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 spools. I never thought I'd see the day in a Master 15. There you go.
That's cool.
Very cool, David. Very cool.
Now, next on the docket is this Master 17, which may or may not have spools, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do your other ones just have standards, right?
What, the 15s?
Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever felt with spools. But like,
That's wild.
no, but like I said, it wouldn't. I suspected it, but it didn't surprise me that much because, like I said, it's that very same fence to a number 1 where I was like, why are these key pins serrated? Like, that should not be a thing. Well, actually, let me rephrase. It should be a thing, but it isn't a thing.
But
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough locks out there with like missing driver or missing spring chamber.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I always like to see Master Lock accidentally put in real effort. Even if they didn't mean to.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it is. It has to happen by accident, but okay.
Yeah, they made it. Hey, look, that. I mean, now that lock's pronouns are all past tense, but that was a good lock.
Right.
David, I can't. It was a good lock. He's like, dang it. Hey, you know what? It happens. We destroy stuff and it's accidental.
It's for the lulls, and also, can I just say that the springs are lunched. They are garbage. Like you know how Lady Locks, you're always complaining about how American lock springs are little weak copper things just scrunched up. Think of that, but like worse.
Pre-mangled.
Bad.
Yikes.
I'm gonna head out. I will catch you all later.
Carson, well, thank you for hanging out with us. I really appreciate it.
I'm glad you stayed around to see the spool reveal.
I had to.
Yeah.
Where are you, Picksmith? Come on, you left too early.
Yeah, Picksmith. See you later, Morrison. Picksmith probably like had a feeling that he was wrong, and that's why he left. He was like, I can't face these guys. Yeah, it was a 15, Doc. It was a 15, and he just destroyed it. But it's for science. It's for science, the love of locks and all that good stuff. And you know, we all told him to do it. It was peer pressure as well, because we were just like, do it, you know. And
I mean, look, I've got all the parts. There's the lock body, and there's the bottom plate. I'm sure if you were really motivated, you could put it back together with. You
totally could just put things back in there, and that's
that. I was gonna say grab a hammer, knock out all the rivets, and then put screws and bolts in. I think actually I saw something very similar to that.
I want to say Jay Gabriel did that or something, didn't he? One time, somebody did.
I saw it on a Bosnian build video a long time back, where somebody actually did almost exactly this, where they built the challenge lock into a 15.
Yeah, I think I remember that as well. And they did like you said, and put certain things into it, and just made it work after they took it apart. Zeph, welcome to the show, buddy. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
All right.
Yeah, we were just hanging out, looking at what was inside of this master lock, because we were all just arguing about it, and you know, David.
It was a very surprising master lock.
Yeah.
And now I get to get some free spool pins to add to my master pin kit.
There you go. Hey, it was keyless. It was he liberated it from the bridge.
Exactly.
You know, just weighing down the bridge.
That was never going to get impressioned. Never.
Yeah, he was helping out, you know, the community by doing that. So we appreciate it, David. We appreciate the sacrifice, David. It's not in vain. We all appreciate that.
That 15 died for our sins.
We appreciated it for sure.
All right, there's that. And I'm finally actually breaking out my pin kit, which means I get to put away my challenge pins.
Yeah, guys. So, what else is everybody picking at home here? We got lots of people in chat. What are you guys picking? What are you guys doing? What's happening? What's going on over there? Oh, no worries, Zeph. We appreciate you coming when you woke up. That's fine. Appreciate you stopping through. G Keyman said make a cutaway out of that one. That would be fun.
Ooh.
A lot of work, but
a lot of work. But it might be worth it.
Isamu Sushi said he's made about half dozen laminated cutaways. Maybe he'll do it.
Well, he can have everything except the spool pins. The spool pins are
There you go. Delber's picking an American 1100. Luck picking Paul's got a Brahma.
Brahma?
Isamu Sushi's working. Doc is not studying. She's playing Assassin's Creed.
Doc, back to work.
Doc, you need to be studying. I got a pain right here when I do this, and I don't know what to do. And you probably don't know either now because you ain't been studying. This is fine. I'll just figure it out myself. No problem, Doc. We'll just call you.
Pay more per capita than any other developed country for healthcare for you to not study. Come on.
We'll just call you almost a doc. Didn't make it as a doc.
Ex-doc machina.
Couldn't study to be a doc. You know, things like that. You know. Yeah, Daryl says, disclaimer, no locks were harmed in the making of this video, although in frustration, many were dismantled. I love that, Daryl. That's a good one.
Was it frustration or was it curiosity? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. See, G Keyman told me what to do. He says, don't do that then. See, he knew. And he's not even over there studying, but he already knew that, and Doc didn't even know. Doc. Too bad on Assassin's Creed you couldn't program the NPCs to just come up to you and be like, what do you call a how many bones in the human body? What do they call the second bone from the first bone thing? Ask her all kind of medical shit.
NPCs are what I call the people who hog the left lane now on the freeway. They suck.
Talk, I'll inject it. Oh Lord. That would be amazing. We should invent that. We should invent a video game that you could input all of your study questions in, and then all the characters come up to you and you'd have to do shit to get past them and answer questions. That would be a genius idea. A genius studying idea. Okay, Chris got the Iron Rock 100th anniversary padlock. Okay. I gotta go through this box here, and then I have some locks I've got to send to Chris as well. So we gotta get this together. I gotta get my ass in gear. I apologize, Chris. It's taking so much time just to get a simple chore done. He said, "Thank you, Paul Springett." Oh, that was cool of him. It needs to quiz me on the family medicine boards. I already have the doctor degree. Okay. So you're a doctor, just not of anything. You're just a doctor of medicine in general. But you can't help families because you didn't do the family medicine thing. That's so annoying. Lock Leisure, what's up? Welcome. Yes, we got to go through P-Dubs' package, Chris, and me and her, I've just been having trouble hooking up with P-Dubs to get this done. She has tried 6 times now, and I keep having other things coming up and having all this shit to do. And then every time I get here, she's sleeping because we're on different time schedules, and it's been a mess. But I do have other ones, too, that I want to send you personally out of my thing, and I got another one that I just bought that I want to send you. There's a couple different things, so I want to get them to you soon though, so we gotta hook up P-Dubs. We'll figure it out soon. Otherwise Chris will be knocking at my door. He'll show up here. I know how he is. He'll send his drone over to harass me. I already know. If I don't figure it out soon, I'll be getting messed with by drones and shit. I'll wake up and see a drone running off with my gnome. I'll know that's you, Chris, so don't even try that shit. I will know it's you. Yeah, Chris gonna come and get me for sure.
You need to go get some Ukrainian friends. They know a lot about drones.
Chris knows a lot about drones now too. I'm just so excited about my giant paper clips. I just don't know what to do with them. I don't want to just use them on paper because that's dumb. So I want to find something else to do with them. They're just probably going to lay here as a display. They're just probably going to lie gently on my desk and look cool.
I'll tell you what your solution is. Use them as roach clips.
Doc could have used this in her study notes. She could be using giant paper clips in her study notes.
No, I'm telling you, you get the Cheech and Chong Big Bamboo LP with the big rolling paper. You roll a big fat J out of that rolling paper, and then you use those as your roach clips. Boom.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to get them to Chris soon. He's having back surgery in a month, so he's gonna be stuck at home, and all he's gonna have is to pick locks. So, you know what, Chris? We will get them definitely to you by then. And also, you could fly your drone around from your position at home. You can at least fly your drone out and around and do some crazy stuff like that, as long as you got enough battery to get it back home, so you're not having to send somebody out to go find it if it falls. Yeah, gnomes are protected for sure. Wyndham says, I'm living vicariously through everybody right now. The Laughing Pumpkins said, gnomes are a bane in this world. Oh my gosh, my gnomes are so lovely. They are so lovely. See, Doc already is giving some good advice. Do not smoke, kids. It's bad for you. Slinky can retrieve the drone. The drone, of course. Yes. Slinky could. She's been trained for that kind of stuff. Yeah, definitely best luck with the procedure, Chris. I hope that goes well. How long are you going to be stuck in bed? Did they tell you how long you're going to have to have a recovery? Do you have someone coming to help you at home and stuff? Because that's going to be a bad time. I know when I had my hip, it was like they send you home 2 days later and it's glued together. The place they hack you is glued together with glue, and they just send you home. They're like, don't get it wet. Okay. I mean, what? You can't walk. You can't do anything. Then they sent somebody there to make you do exercises, and you can't even lift your leg. It was the most insane thing ever. It was so brutal.
Yes, the American health insurance system.
Mm-hmm. They sent me home 2 days after I had that done. I could not believe it. And they're like, oh, yeah, here you got to do all these exercises and move around. And oh my gosh, it was so crazy. I'm on antibiotics for my tooth, and I feel so bad for anyone I ever prescribed this kind for. They taste horrible. R.I.P.
Why are you tasting it? Just swallow it like an adult.
Yeah, don't lick it. Just down it goes. Chris says we'll be in the hospital for a day or two, then light exercise for 6 weeks. Yeah, that's I hate that part. I hate that part. Well, you let us know if you need anything, Chris, and we'll try to get you stuff that you need. If you need anything, you let us know. And that's gonna be we'll send you a bunch of locks and make sure you're good. Oh, Zeph's gonna have some keys made for the Medico locks he found. Okay. Yeah, Zeph found some really cool Medicos, man. That was a great find. That was lucky. Oh, Doc says it's chalky and sticks in her throat. Yeah.
Oh, ew.
That's
like the liquid they give you when you need to go in for a CT scan. Yuck.
Yeah. Yes, make sure everyone babies you and take it super easy. Yeah, you'll probably be okay before the 6 weeks, but it's going to probably just be it's going to be annoying the first few days. I always felt like the first few days was the worst. And then all of a sudden you really start noticing every day that you're feeling exponentially better each day. It's you'll be feeling the worst on a Monday, but by Friday you're like, wow, I'm feeling okay. That just sucks that you're going through that. Those first few days are terrible. My wife had her teeth pulled Tuesday and she still isn't liking it. Yeah, that's a rough one, especially if you got more than one pulled, because that's brutal too. That's brutal too. All right. Well, thank you, Daryl, for hanging out. We appreciate you stopping by to chill with us for a little bit. We'll be here next week, same time, same place. Don't forget to show up and hang out with us.
All right. If I struggle with this master lock, it's because it's not a master.
Oh shit, Chris can't take a shower for a long time. Yeah, you can't get your back wet at all, probably. That's gonna suck. Well, you can at least probably sit down on a shower chair or something, and if you have one of those hose showers, just kind of, work around it, because that sucks. They told me the same thing with my leg, don't get it wet, your hip, and it's okay, how do you do that?
Kiss your hygiene.
And then I wondered, because no one ever touched it. They never cleaned it, nothing. They just sent me home with it glued together and said, don't get it wet. And they I had a physical therapy lady coming and stuff like that a couple times a week. And I went for like follow-ups to make sure everything was okay and everything. They never once touched it. And they never once let me wet it, wash it, clean it, nothing. They just glued it and sent me home. And like weeks later than or however many days or whatever it is, you're allowed to shower again and get it. But it's like the weirdest thing, because I'm thinking, how is this going to be okay if I never clean it? Like if nobody ever cleans it. I thought that was the weirdest thing, but I guess, you
you'd probably have a rash too, like a bad one.
I thought it would, but nothing ever happened. It was perfectly fine, but I never touched it they were just like, change the gauze every day, fresh, clean gauze, make sure it doesn't get wet. And that's all I ever did. And they never touched it, never cleaned it, never looked at it any further than just, I thought that was the strangest thing to me. 'Cause I'm like, who doesn't clean out cuts and things? But I guess with it glued, nothing got into it anyways, or whatever they glued it with was like impenetrable, I guess. But I wasn't on like antibiotics or anything like that.
They just JB welded you together and called it a day.
Yeah, pretty much. It was crazy. Yeah, let's see. My wife had her brain surgery. She was only in the hospital for 3 nights. That's crazy. 28 teeth removed with 4 being impacted. Oh man. What's impacted? What happens when it's impacted?
Still underneath your gums.
Oh, there's a wrap they give you too. Oh, okay. So you can wrap and then get like probably shower off or something. Oh, so yeah, you know about that, Chris. Had to have someone change my hip bandage, had both my hips replaced. That's rough, man. That's the one I had too. It was hard to do, man. That was hard. I don't know how, like, having it done at 40, I think I was 41 when I got it done. And I just thought it was so brutal. I'm thinking, how do older people get this? Because usually it's like people in their 70s get that done. And I just thought, like, how do they do that? Like,
Dilaudid is your friend, is the answer.
I just didn't understand how they do it when you're older, because I know me being younger, it was horrible. It was the most miserable I ever was.
Yeah, considerable quantities of opiates is the answer.
Well, they did give me that, but then the ones they gave me on my way out of the hospital to go get filled, for some reason, I don't know, there was something wrong with the prescription or something like that. And so I had to go back to the actual doctor's office that wasn't the one near me, because they weren't in that office that day. So I had to go to the one like all the way out somewhere to get another script, and I had to drive. And it was like I was banging around in a car for like 2 hours after I left the hospital. My meds had worn off, and I was just screaming in pain the entire ride. Every time we hit a bump, I was like, oh my God, I just want to go home and die. Like, I can't do this. I can't keep doing this. It was horrible. Oh my God, Delbert.
Thanks, opiate epidemic, for making it so easy for us to pick up our.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm like, you know what? I've got like, this big chopped off leg, and you want to mess with me, like chopped into leg, and you're like messing with me over this. Delbert broke his pelvic bone in half, dropped something heavy on myself. Holy shit, Delbert. Doc said the same thing. Holy shit, Delbert. Lockpicking Paul's heading to bed. Good night, Lockpicking Paul. Was an old autoclave. Jeez, oh man. Southpaw Pete, welcome to the show. We are getting ready to wrap up soon, but we are glad you stopped through. Black Smoke Joe is here. Hello, welcome. From below the gum line to form completely sideways in the jawbone. Oh shoot. That's crazy. Yikes. I had a baby tooth. I had a baby tooth because I never had a secondary tooth that grew over here. And so the baby tooth I had it for 35. I think I was 35 or 36 when I got it. They had to pull it because the root of the baby tooth, when you lose baby teeth, the roots are like teeny tiny little like things, but it feels like they're so big because it's so sore when you lose a tooth when you're little. The little tiny roots on them. Well, I had one for 30 some years. And when they pulled it, he said they have to pull it because the root was growing so far. It was about to grow into my jawbone and start forming into my jawbone, and they had to pull it. The root on that thing was like, it was so long. I could not believe it. I didn't believe that was like it. I didn't know that it would grow like that. That was the weirdest thing to me, you know, because it was a baby tooth. Like, come on. It grew so long, though. It was crazy.
Y'all ever seen or known people who have like that condition where you have double teeth? Like you have a row of teeth and then behind it you have a second row of teeth, like a shark? Almost. Yeah. There used to be a guy, there used to be, the first restaurant I worked at, there was a guy who was a regular customer who had that. And we, you know, and that restaurant, we had TVs mounted vertically, airport style, for the menu. And so whenever he would look up at the menu, mouth agape, I would see both rows of teeth, and I'd be like, "What the hey? What is going on?" Also, dude, you've got the worst case of halitosis. I know it's because you've got twice the amount of teeth of the rest of us, but Jesus, dude, that means twice the brushing.
Jeez, oh man. The Laughing Pumpkin said he could probably get his video set up and pick with us for a bit, but we are gonna hop off soon, Laughing Pumpkin. But you are welcome to hop in next week if you want to when we come on. So maybe just get your stuff ready in that, and when we hop in, you can, you know, stop in and pick with us. My wife had ankle surgery and went to pick up her pain meds. The pharmacist asked why she needed them. Oh no, yeah, I would have had to call the board of the pharmaceutical board on them people. They're not even allowed to ask you why anything. You know what? Like you said, the doctor is the one who said that, and those pharmacists have no reason to say that. That's crazy. Oh shit, had a hernia surgery and got 5 pain pills for it. Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
That's all they gave you was 5 pills? I got my wisdom teeth removed and got more than that.
Oh my god, Humboldt said, wait, they did that to me too, asking why. Yeah, if they ever do that to you, just look at them and be like, I'm gonna call the board. It's none of your business, and you even asking me that is super inappropriate, and I'm gonna call the pharmaceutical board on you. And
Doc,
then call
is that a
on
HIPAA
them.
Violation?
Yeah, then call on them, and they will get investigated. They will get investigated for that. They should not be doing that. And, you know, if somebody doesn't call on them, they're just going to keep doing it. It's ridiculous. They can now. If they don't agree with them, are you serious? Oh my god, that better not be a thing, or I'm moving to another country. That is crazy. They can refuse to fill your meds if they don't agree with them. Who the fuck are they? Like, I get it, they go to pharmacy school for 20 minutes, but
was this like an unintended side effect of that bill so that religious people could refuse to provide the morning after pill because they thought it was a chemical abortion or some shit like that? I don't want to get political, but that's some bullshit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But like, I know they got way more strict with opiates because of the epidemic, and you know, so many, you know, people were just like doing pharmacy tourism where they were just going from pharmacy to pick up perks and stuff like that. It's so messed up.
It is, but you know what? When you have people that you clearly see they had a surgery, you know, or something like that, and they're coming in for their shit, leave them alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
like, come on.
It's a basic level of intelligence that you hope everyone has, but they don't.
I'm going to tell you what. If I had that happen to me when my hip was cut open, and the way I felt after driving around and around to go get my stuff, you know what I would have did? I don't even want to say what I would have did, because I would have been really pissed off, and they would have had to just put me down and end me, because that would have been the end of that.
America's famous for school
Chris
shootings,
has had the pharmacy not fill his meds that he needed for pain. That's when you switch pharmacies, or look it up and see if that's true what Doc said. And if it's true, then fine. But if it's not, then I would call the board on them, and I would switch pharmacies stat and never go to that one again. And I would just be talking about it all over the place to let everyone know what jerks they are. That's what I mean. Like, come on, you know? It's a snowball effect from the birth control refusal. I don't think the pharmacist should be allowed to do anything but their job. You're counting out the pills and putting them in a jar. It ain't that fucking serious. Like, no. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. This is the shit when people need to protest things, because that's insane to me. I could see if they were doctors, but they're not. Their job is literally to count to 100 and put it in a jar.
Well, look, this is what happens.
You're not that important. Like, come on.
This is what happens when you have people who are not scientifically literate involved in matters that concern science.
I cannot.
I mean, look, there's a reason why, you know, my parents, bless their heart, have a timeshare in the Idaho Panhandle. Don't ask why, because I don't really know. But you know, but Idaho is, you know, one of the, you know, most conservative states in the country, and they, you know, recently passed one of the most stringent abortion bans in the nation. And the county, Bonner County, where my parents' timeshare is at, recently closed its entire natal ward. The entire thing gone, because they don't want to be even remotely potentially implicated in having provided an abortion. So now the people of that entire county, their only option, if they need any sort of neonatal care, not just an abortion, but any sort of neonatal care, is to go across state lines into Spokane, Washington. That's their only option.
That's crazy.
Imagine if you needed an emergency C-section or something like that. You had to drive 2 hours into another state.
The pharmacy tech questioned your ADHD meds. Oh my God. Bro. Yeah, I would be researching where that go. Like, oh, I couldn't do it. I cannot. I better never need that shit, because there will be a problem. There will be a big problem. Nobody's going to sit there and tell me I can't have my medicine that my doctor tells me I need. I better never need that shit, because if that happens to me,
well, editorial.
You'll see me on the news.
ADD drugs are the friggin' worst. They suck. I hate them.
It's just like, you know, if a doctor, I mean, I guess if the doctor's like, okay, look, if you're a pharmacist and you have a certain doctor flagged in your system because you see they're giving out a certain amount of drugs or something, then I could see going, okay, you know what? Anybody that's a patient of Dr. Whoever's, if they're getting this type of medication, please question it and make sure it's okay, you know? But if it's just a random person getting their random prescription, like, what? You know?
Well, also, like you said, you know,
that's
like,
crazy.
Have some basic intelligence. If there's somebody walking in with crutches and a cast and looks like they're clearly in pain, they're not there to be a drug mule.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you can just, you know, and also you can see what the person is on other than that. You know what I mean? Like, my mom has about 50,000 new medications she's on because she has leukemia now, among 2 other types of cancer. So she has 3 total of cancers. And you can look at the records in the pharmacy. They can look in there and go, oh, okay, I see she's on 700 things for, looks like 70 types of cancers. So when she needs hers, they don't give me any trouble picking it up. But I'll tell you what, if they ever did, there would be a big problem. Because, I mean, come on, you can't clearly see she's got 40 kinds of cancer, you know? That's just crazy. And her age, like, what do you think she's doing with that? You know what I mean? What do you think my 77, almost 80-year-old mom's about to do with this? The government told the docs to cut back opiates because people were abusing them. Went to the doc assistant says, oh, we're canceling all your pain stuff. Oh, wow.
Well, that's
giving you crap to replace it. That's crazy.
They can't even legalize marijuana on a federal level, and they're now pulling back opiates. Guys.
Yeah, this is like, this country's starting to get so bullshit anymore. It's crazy. It's sad.
You know, a comment I see on Reddit from Europeans is that America is the nicest third world country they've ever been to. And it's not exactly true, but Jesus Louise, it's getting closer.
Yeah, it's just a shame.
Canadian.
Although I can say our healthcare is a lot better than a lot of places, because I know, like, even for like in Australia, when they need stuff, they have to go on like a giant waiting list to even get anything done or anything. Like here, I mean, when we need surgeries, they're just like, we need to put you on the surgery schedule. How's next Monday? And you're like, well, wait a minute. I'm not ready for all that. And they're just like, well, how about Tuesday? You know what I mean? They don't mess around here. And like, if you have something wrong with you, you can just go to the doctors and make an appointment. It might be out a little bit because of how many patients every doctor has, but you can get an appointment. And if you can't get an appointment fast enough, you can go to the emergency room. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's really awesome here. Although not everywhere can do that. You know, those guys have a lot of problems getting to the doctors to even get anything, you know. A friend of mine in the UK, she's had her hip replaced as well. And she had to like do like all this stuff to get an appointment and get it done. And it was like a really lot of stuff she had to do. It's crazy. Yeah, it's like the people in the government and like I said, it's the only downfall. Like they don't have such a problem with their medications and things like we do here, but they can never go to the doctor. So what's worse, you know? That's our public system said, come back in 5 years when your joints are bone on bone and then you can't walk at all, and then we'll help you out. That's what P-Dubs was told when she had to get her, you know, when she's having the pretty much same issue. She needs a joint replacement. And instead of them just doing it because they can see she's having trouble and she's in pain right now, they're telling her to come back in 5 years. Like, that's insane. Here they ask you, well, do you want, like my doctor told me pretty much the same thing. He was like, let's give you these shots. Let's try. He said, we're going to try to make it last a long time before we have to replace them. He said, if you can last that long, then that's what we'll do. But if I told him, no, I can't, you know, I'm sure I would have had to go through certain steps for my insurance, like shots and this and that first to see if this or that worked. And if it didn't, then get it replaced. But at least he would have got me on the ball to get that done. And I would have had my surgery whenever I wanted, you know. I wouldn't have to come back in 5 years when it's bone on bone. They would try to, you know, they gave me the option to do it. Do I want to wait or do I want to do it now? And I said, yeah, we can wait, you know, because I just didn't want to get it done. It's so brutal. I didn't want to have it done, you know. So it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. There's laws against doctors. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, Ryan says, I've been lucky with doctors. My GP is, I can call in the morning and have an appointment with her that afternoon. Oh, that's pretty good. But he said that's uncommon though. He's in Canada, so yeah. Extremely painful. Yes, it is. It is. That's where my hip was, because for 4 years, it hurt. It started hurting, and for 4 years they didn't know what it was. So I went 4 years, and it just got worse and worse. And by the time they figured it out, he did say mine was bone on bone, and that's like where I was at. And I didn't understand why that hurt, you know, because I'm like, do you really feel pain on your bones? Because I forgot, like, yeah, when you get a broken bone, it's painful, you know. But I didn't understand. I'm like, it's not broke or anything. It's just touching another bone. Like, why is it so painful? But like he said, that just that constant like pressure from it on its thing, and it's just very painful. It's terrible.
It needs lubrication, for God's sake.
Yeah, it can't be bone on bone like that. It's very painful. And then, like Chris said, as soon as I got that done, I came home, started feeling better from my hip, and my knees swelled up like bowling balls. It was just a random Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Wednesday. And I was like, why is my knees like this? They looked like 2 bowling balls out of the blue. It was the most craziest thing. And it was both happened at the same exact time. It was the weirdest thing. It was so strange. And of course, then it was like, well, you know, now your hip's fixed. Now this is broke. And I'm just like, man.
It's amazing. The human body is just like a car. If you don't fix it in time, it's going to break something else.
Yeah, Australia's really bad with that stuff. Pretty bad with that stuff. A degenerative disc condition, that's bad. Yeah, I have a degenerative bones, but that's like arthritis stuff. Yeah, we're all going through it. That's like what happens after you turn 40. Everything starts to fall apart. So, and we're all pretty much over 40 here. So all of our stuff's falling apart.
Hi, not 40.
Oh, David's still young. David's still young. Whatever, David.
I'm in my 30s, but I'm speed running this shit with working in blue collar.
Yeah. I tell you what, when you turn 40, you're going to have just a laundry list of stuff wrong with you, especially if you're working that hard.
Yeah, I'm not going to, well, I mean, that's the thing, you know, 40 is different for everybody. My dad at 40 was probably doing way better than me because, you know, white collar job, no heavy lifting, and he was regularly into fitness, whereas I am not into fitness, and I work blue collar where I'm bending and stooping and lifting shit all the time. I'm screwed.
Well, I ran for 20 some years, 30 years or something like that. Well, since I was 15. So yeah, it was a long time that I ran, and I was in the best. I mean, I never was in bad shape. I was always like, you know, great, perfect shape. And then all of a sudden, when I turned 40, all of a sudden I just was like, I can't run no more. This is so painful, like randomly. And it just went straight downhill. It was the wildest thing. My cousin told me too. She's like, wait till you turn 40. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm in the best shape ever. Like, I'll last at least till 50. No, sir. I did not.
Nah, I mean, look, I mean, yeah, I mean, my back's starting to give me trouble more than it should at 32.
Yeah, be very careful with that, David, because honestly, it really will come after you, and it will catch up to you, and it will be very bad. So try to do your best to, like, if you're lifting, you know, it's stupid we say lift with your legs, but it's seriously, you know, I mean, do the right things if you can. Legs
and
yeah, because it gets bad, man. It gets so bad.
Yeah,
wait till you hit 50. Chuck Soup, I'm not gonna hit 50. So you stopped aging at 50. I already stopped. I quit as of I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. I said I was done getting older, so I shall remain. I think I'm 48, maybe 49. I might even be 50. I don't know. I was born in 76. I don't know how old that makes me. September of 76. I don't know how old I am. Something 40 something 9 48.
You're 21 plus. You're old enough to. You're old enough to drink, vote, and drive a car.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, so once you guys hit 40, just look for things to fall off, because you'll just be walking and your toe will fall off. Like, things just like that happen when you turn 40.
Oh, and one other thing for the real youngins in the group, when you hit 25, your ability to binge drink is going downhill fast.
Oh, yeah, real fast. When you hit 30, like, that going out at 10 p.m., that doesn't want to really happen anymore.
Kiss it goodbye. And 10 p.m. is time to be home with your significant other or your pets.
Yeah. And then when you hit 40, 10 p.m., you're already asleep because you're just like, no. I was cracking up, but I can't remember. I think I was like in my early, like maybe mid 30s. I want to say mid to late 30s or something like that. And my cousin came to my city for a visit, and we used to do that. We used to go out, you know, we used to just wait till like 10-11 o'clock and go out, and that would be our thing. We lived right on the beach, right where they filmed Jersey Shore. We lived right there, and we would just wait like 10 p.m. we would go out, do our thing, whatever. She came for a visit, and we were like, we're gonna go out, like let's go out like we did in the old days. Like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much fun. And we were just like, you know, getting ready, and it got to be like 8 o'clock, and we were like, you know, should we really finish doing that? Like, should we really finish even getting ready, or should we just like order a hoagie and watch TV? So we were like,
you know, the answer to that one is always
we were like,
TV.
You know what? Yeah, let's order some pizza and just watch TV and go to bed. We were in bed by 10, like, instead of going out. We were just like, nope. it was funny because we just had to laugh because we were like, dude, when we 10 years ago, this wouldn't have been like a problem. We would have been so excited just to go out. Now we were just
We'd
like
be painting the town red.
Yeah.
Now we just want to
We
go
looked
to
at
bed.
each other and was like, I don't want to do this. She was like, I don't want to do this either. Okay, Laughing Pumpkin says, I will be 49. Okay, so technically, I quit aging at 48. So thank you, Laughing Pumpkin. I appreciate that because I was 45 twice one time. So I'm just going to stay 48 now, I think.
I'm just going to be 21 plus my entire life.
Just say I'm over 21. That's all that really matters.
Well, that's what. When I was in elementary school and I went to an Orthodox Jewish school, and whenever the kids would ask the rabbis how old they were, they'd be like, "I'm 21 plus."
Yes.
Like, well, good for you.
Steph says, I'm glad I don't. I'm 26 and I'm glad I don't drink. From what I heard, it tastes and looks like pee. You would be right, Zeph. I never understood that. Even when I'd go out, I would force it down because I hated it. All of it. Any type of
stop
alcohol
drinking
was
Corona,
terrible.
for God's sake.
It was terrible. Any kind of it just was terrible to me.
And
I never understood
a nice,
it.
Like a sour beer or like a Belgian white ale or a farmhouse ale, something that's real nice. Not this, that's my problem, especially with American drinking standards, is we like to drink a lot of shit rather than a little bit of good stuff. Except for LPL. LPL with his 12-year-old Lagavulin or whatever. That's classy alcoholism. But like the rest of us were like, let me get this 30 rack of Bud Light and polishes.
Yeah, right. He's talking about that.
I'm gonna drink 3 of them in the car home from the shop, 4 more in my backyard, 3 in my hot tub, 5 in the living room, 6 in the swimming pool.
He asked me that time, what do you drink? And I'm like, not whatever that fancy stuff you guys have. All right. I forgot to do a hashtag today, Chuck Soup. So we're going to do don't get old as the hashtag, no apostrophe, just DONTGETOLD. Don't get old. We're going to do this and wrap it up. So get your hashtags in.
You can be a kitty forever.
Hashtag don't get old. Aw, I love that coloring. Hold on, let me shrink this so they can see. Look how cute. Oh, so cute. So cute. Don't get old. Oh, Spontaneous, thank you for renewing your membership. Thank you. If anybody else wants to become a member, all you have to do is click the join button anywhere you see it or hunt it down. It's worth it to just hunt it down. Go looking for it. Go check it out. Yeah, don't get old, people. Just don't do it. Zeph, I would just quit aging right now. You're 26. Just stay 26, bro. That's a great age. That's a great age.
You can still kind of drink it. Dog fart, Chuck Soup. No.
Better than beer. I can understand that. I can get that. Wyndham, don't put any spaces in there. Just put just hashtag then the whole entire words with no spaces. Allison, welcome. How are you? I hope you got to enjoy some of our shenanigans today. No, they're not case sensitive, Ryan. It doesn't matter. Matt called us babies. Oh boy. Oh, it's nice to feel young, but unfortunately my body doesn't feel that way.
Yeah. I am 32 going on 82, baby. I need to sleep.
That's about it.
My back is hurting.
Oh no. I use my Reaper set all the time, Laughing Pumpkin. I definitely use mine. I love that thing. Yeah, I love the pics in there. And I like the profiles that come in the Apex. They have some of the Reaper profiles in the Apex, so sometimes I use those,
So
but I love
for anybody
them.
who's kind of sort of curious, this is my EDC.
So
I've got the whole Reaper kit, I've got the whole Genesis kit, I've got a half diamond, a city rake, the Sparrow's monkey paws in 20,000s, every single size, 4-pin comb, Yeah, and I got all the turners from the Reaper, from the Genesis, from Echelon, and I've
You
also
know
got,
that looks just like LPL setup.
yeah. I don't
That's
have anything up
crazy.
here though. He's got like even more crap up here. I'm not quite there yet, but
Yeah, mine's completely overpacked. I gotta figure something else out. Chris
But
says
yeah.
I love the Apex. Yeah, I really like the Apex as well. I honestly think they definitely did a great job with that set.
yeah, but you can, and I mean these I can't remember, the Garrison I think it is. These
Yeah.
are such good cases. Like with the amount of like, I mean, you see this is what it
That's a lot.
6, 11, 13, 15, 17 picks plus a cone pick.
Plus all the tensioners.
Plus
like
all the, yeah, exactly. I've got 6 top of the keyways, 3 ergos, 3 wipers, and 6 2-in-1s. Like,
yeah, I really like that. And I love that patch too, that patch on the
the
front.
pinning patch. It's so
That's
good because like
so
every,
nice.
especially when I'm at my like Lockport meetups, which I have one tomorrow. Yeah,
Man, you're lucky. I really gotta figure out how to get to one of these and just randomly show up for one of you guys' Lockport meetups one day.
Well, I mean, people in LA just know you should probably come to NSL lockpicking in Burbank. It's pretty awesome.
I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah.
'Cause I
mean,
definitely want to get to one of these meetups.
I'll be there.
somewhere.
Artichoke 2000 might be there. Datagram is the host, so if you want.
When is that?
Huh?
When is that?
Third Friday of every month in LA.
Okay. In LA. Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. I'll
Yeah.
stay with Chris. He lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and yeah, Datagram is the host.
Or I mean
and-
California. Maybe not. I can't remember. He lives in California. I can't remember where at though. Whoever lives in Los Angeles, that's where I'm going. Sorry. Just
that's
gonna
me.
knock on the doors.
That's me and Paracentric and some other people.
Yeah. Pigsmith, Paracentric, you, Chris. I know who else is in California. I always think of LA as California, but LA is a city in California. Can you put that up in Discord, please?
Discord,
I live
sure,
in California. Oh, okay.
Let me get that right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Do I have the Meetup app on this thing?
Lockspaz says heading out already. See you all. All right, Lockspaz, thank you so much for popping in, though. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. 32 people watching. Please hit the like. Yes, Bandito lives in California too. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people in California. We got a lot of California pickers. Yeah, whoever's closest, that's where I'm going. I'm just gonna show up. I'm just gonna show up like, hey.
All right, and tomorrow's special focus is high security lock designs.
All right. Iowa, Laughing Pumpkins in Iowa. Let's see.
You should go meet my ex- you should go
Humboldt's
meet
in
my
California
ex-girlfriend's
too.
Laughing
Holy shit. Are you guys all in California? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Delbert
Oh,
says
yeah.
if you could put it in the Dragon's Lair, David, that would be awesome.
Yep, got it copied and pasted. Let's drop that sucker off right now. It's going to be in the Pickers Lounge for Delbert.
Zeph's in Nebraska. Laughing Pumpkins in Iowa. We got Humboldt's in California. Delbert's in California. Dean used to be in California. Bo wants to know the hardest lock we've ever picked.
Hardest
Okay.
or like flash in the pan? Because technically the hardest would be the brown belt locks I picked. So,
Yeah.
the brown belt locks I've got under my belt are when it was still brown, multi-lock interactive, gold P and gold B9. But honestly, I have more trouble with Medico than any of those. Personally.
I have trouble with the Medico cam locks, but I can get the other Medicos, no problem. But you hit me with a cam lock and I am stuck.
I'm fairly insistent on picking Medicos clockwise, which I know is supposed to be the harder way because you have to set the pin stacks before you set the sidebar that way. But I'm so addicted to padlocks. All my Medico cylinders are in padlocks, so clockwise is kind of the only option. And I know I can take them out and pick them as a kick cylinder each way, but I'm a nudnik like that. All right, and for those of you who are interested in the Dragon's Lair, now in the Picker's Lounge, there is the link has been posted.
All right, thank you, David. Appreciate that. All right, we got Colorado, Michigan. We've got
Colorado,
St. Louis, Missouri. Kraken said he spent
nice
7 years in California. We got Ohio, Massachusetts, and G. Keeman says hashtag don't get old or be lock Kraken. Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah, anybody who's in Colorado, there is a great lockpick bridge in Denver over the river there, like downtown.
Wow,
great lockpick bridge. My brother lives in Denver, and he
like I'm only Pennsylvania. Jesus, we got Texas, Utah, Florida. No one's in Pennsylvania. Well, yeah, no, my bad. There's a couple people in Pennsylvania. Truckers in Pennsylvania, and what's his name's in Pennsylvania. W3OI Ray's in Pennsylvania, and Snake's in Pennsylvania, but the other end of Pennsylvania.
Do you mean the lockpick bridge in Denver? Because if so, it's right down the block from the Adidas building.
From the Adidas building?
DaVita, like the dialysis company.
Oh, okay.
Dialysis. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me 1 second. I don't live in Denver, but I can definitely pull up where my brother lives and find it.
Oh wow, we got.
I have access to technology.
You guys want a flipper section in the? Oh, I thought I added one. Oh, I added a computer section. Hold on, we can add a flipper section. Let's go here. Where's the computer one? Let me see.
We can rebuild him.
Whoops.
We have the technology.
Rude. Why is it doing this to me? Okay. Dragon's Lair. Real life. Okay, we will add a flipper section. All right. New channel, flipper.
Skip out a flipper.
Flipper.
South Platte.
All right, bam. There's your flipper section, guys. There you have it. Flipper away over there. All right. Yeah, or we got Oregon, somewhere in Michigan. We got Oregon, Illinois. Wow. All right. Jeez. Oh, okay. You want me to keep them both together, or they're all right. Well, you can. How about this? It don't matter if you put computer stuff in the flipper section or flipper stuff in the computer section, or I can delete one and you guys can put them both in the same one. What do you think? Want me to delete one and just put them both in the same? You got a spatula flipper. Yeah. South Carolina. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's like.
All right. And in the Dragon's Lair now, you have the exact location of the Lovelock Bridge in Denver.
Thank you, David, hooking us up. Thank you, David. David's a boss.
While I'm at it, since I've got the locations of many Lovelock Bridges all over this friggin' country.
There's supposedly some in Pennsylvania that I gotta go to. I gotta head up, and I just gotta make like a what do you call it? A travel list and just try to go a bunch of places. As soon as I'm allowed to get out of the house, I'm gonna go a bunch of different places, and then I'm gonna show up at someone's meetup somewhere. Matt's Lock Shop's in Pittsburgh tonight. All right. Are you working, Matt? Bo, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you stopping through. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it when we do another one.
Phoenix is posted.
thank you, David. David's hooking us up with the
Or it's
daggone
technically
thing.
not Phoenix, it's technically Glendale, but who cares? Arizona area.
Let's see. Don't forget to let's see. Where's my thing at? Let me. Whoops! Shut up. Oh my gosh. Daggone thing's annoying me. Okay. Okay, this is why. Here we go. There it is. Okay, that works.
This
Okay.
is why I'm
Holy
hot.
crap. All right. Okay, we can roll the dice. All right,
Let's
here
do it.
we go. Don't get old, people. Don't get old. Here we go. Pablo, you missed so much stuff. We talked about GK Man as a winner again. Holy shit, GK Man, you need to play the lottery, bro. It's time you go get that ticket. It's time to get that ticket. GK Man's gonna have to get a really cool prize because he won last week, and I still had to find a prize for him because he's got everything that we have for prizes. So I had to find him something so out of this world and extraordinary now. I don't even know what to do. Congratulations, GK Man. Holy crap. I don't know what it is, GK. I mean, we got to find you something really cool because you've won all the other stuff and you have everything that I have. So we got to find something different. We got to get you something totally different as a double prize because you won last time around as well, or the time before that, or whatever it was. But yeah, gotta figure that out. We got to figure that out. But yes, I appreciate you guys all for stopping by, showing up, hanging out. I will be going to do a vertical live stream, just picking hands only, one of these evenings. It might even be later on tonight if I get some time to, if I'm up later than what I have to do some stuff around here. And then if I'm still up, I might hop back on and just pick because I really want to pick. So no, Pablo, we are picking locks, although we're not picking locks right now, but we talk about locks, lock sport, lock picking, anything to do with locks, and whatever else I feel like talking about, basically, since it's my channel, and yeah, I get off topic quite a bit. All our audience gets off topic as well, so it's not all my fault. These guys get off topic and crack me up. But anyways, I love you all so very much. Thank you for hanging out. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm really trying to hit that 10K mark, or share my channel with somebody if you think they might like to watch it and ask them to subscribe. I mean, come on, you guys all have to have 5 friends that you could make subscribe to my channel to make me hit 10,000. There should be a way. Please tell me you all have more than 5 friends.
Are you fucking serious, bro?
Yes.
Libtard, get the fuck out of here.
Uh-oh. David's yelling at somebody. Holy shit.
Are you?
I'm gonna let David go off for this one. That is great. Yes, Pablo, please tune in next time. We definitely have a lot of fun picking locks and doing a bunch of stuff. So, definitely tune in if you can. Don't mess with David. Don't mess with my channel. You don't want to play around over here. Trust me. Trust me.
Come back in 24 hours, Mr. McLib.
Or how about never? Bye.
Yeah, I don't even like saying that because I feel like I don't like saying that word.
I don't know what they were doing, but if David doesn't like it,
it was in Trump we trust, which
here's the thing. You can trust in Trump all you want. I really don't care. But we're talking about lock sport, lock picking, and anything lock related. And if you aren't on topic with what I'm talking about on my channel, you can get out. And that's exactly what we did.
Also,
we booted them out.
If I may use an old Soviet quote that was later plagiarized by Ronald Reagan, trust but verify.
86 that MF on both.
Yeah, he got 86.
Yeah, we did. We at least we got to do it once tonight, David. You know what I mean? We had nobody. At least we got in locks we trust. That's what's up, Wyndham, right there. In locks we trust. That's why you all get to sit here and chat on my chat, because we all in locks we trust. We don't have no weirdos come up in here. See what I mean?
I'm Jewish, so the only locks I trust are the kind I just typed in the chat.
Yeah, we like you. And John Browning, I trust. Oh shit. Yeah, you know what? We enjoy some controversy every once in a while. That was a lot of fun, actually. I appreciated that. Thank you, David. He flipped out. That was great. He was so mad.
You know what? Funny you mention it. I'm a fairly liberal human being, and I also trust John Browning, and he's been verified. In 2 world wars, I might add.
There you go. There you have it, people.
Diabetes. Wilford Brimley. What are you talking about?
He said diabetes.
Call Liberty Mutual or Liberty Medical. They can help you live a better life. Okay, question. We do need to go, but question: who is the Wilford Brimley of the Gen X and Millennial era? Because Brimley was obviously a boomer or greatest generation type. So who is our diabetes guy?
Brick said, I love this place. Yeah, don't forget, guys, if you're in chat and you see somebody being rude, you are absolutely allowed to, you know.
I was
you're allowed to dust it up. You know what I mean? When we do these vertical lives, we do get some trolls, and we do welcome the trolls because we like a little dust up every once in a while. We like a little controversy and a little dust up. And you know what? Let your inner dragons out over here. That's perfectly fine. We can have an entire section of people telling someone off. I don't mind at all. So don't think you have to be quiet when you see that stuff. You're allowed to tell people off and kick them out and everything else, and have fun with it. That's what they come here for, is to mess with us. So we like to mess with them right on back, because it's my channel.
Yeah,
so it is what it is. So you guys are allowed to do that. We won't kick you out for yelling at people that we don't like, and we'll just laugh. Actually, debate on which lock is going to be McTickled open next. That's right, Trinity. That's the only debate we're about to have around here.
Guys. Yep, either that or slap chop. Slap chop.
Frick is happy to have the green light on that. Yeah, you guys, some of these guys haven't been on the verticals with us, David. That's why they weren't sure what to do. Yeah, so yeah, but
new folks, keep in mind, I was dunking on trolls way before I was a mod, and was like empowered to actually dunk on the trolls.
Yeah. I think it was that Jesus one that came over here freaking out about the Bible randomly on one of our live streams. They come over and they started, and David warned them like 3 times, and then he went ape shit, and I was like, I have to make him a mod because that was just perfect. And then the next time we had one, they literally, their comment went up and it was like up gone. David had it like that. He was so fast on the thing. He was like, click by. I never even seen what they said. I was like, okay. It was something I saw about something like.
I mean, look, if you want to discuss politics or religion tangentially, fine. I don't need sloganeering. Jesus' names be praised and Trump we trust. Let's go friggin'. I don't care.
Yeah, we if we're talking about it and it's like you said, tangentially, we're just getting to a discussion, whatever. But yeah, just if you've never been here and you suddenly show up and you're being like that is that sound like what we're talking about? Do you even care about the locks we're talking about and things? Then get out. Bye. There's plenty of other channels you can go harass because you won't get away with it over here.
Well, I'm gonna say, you want to go to a political rally, that's exactly where you should be.
Yeah,
you can get hoorah, rah all you want. I'll be in the corner picking locks.
Yeah, that is true. There are places you can go for all that stuff. So, but yeah, thank you, David, for holding us down, and that was hilarious, dude. That made my whole night. Like, that had me cracking up and made my night. So I have to really applaud you and appreciate you, and I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. If I pop up later, I'll try to post it in the Dragon's Lair, because I know YouTube doesn't like to tell everybody about my shit. So hearts to everybody. Smooches, and I will see you